What's going on, everybody? It is Coach Greg Adams back in here with another YouTube live stream. Shout out to the Coach Gang.
And that's you.
For being in here, being involved, and being active on this YouTube channel. Well, welcome back to Tuesday night. Data. Taco Tuesday in the building. I got my header blockers on. You in here with the Bruce Wayne to this ish. The King of Kings, the King of Content, and the Speaker of Truth, yours truly, the Notorious One, a.k.a. Mr. Coachellini, better known as the Prognosticator, Coach Stradamus. And you're in the Desert Storm bunker with none other than EWF. That is every woman's fantasy and the whole fucking show. But you can call me CGA, C God Allah, and I be the 14-time demonetized champion of YouTube. We standing up. I got my stand-up desk, and we standing up today with every woman's fantasy. We are here. Got my hater blockers on, standing up for today's stream. My camera's going to be doing a little bit of adjusting. But we got a great show for you lined up today. Today's main event topic. We have an ex-model from New York City, all right? New York City. Ex-New York City model who deleted her husband in shocking Florida slaying, delete, self-delete, cheated on him and feared that he divorce her. All right, yes, indeed. We got that going on here. And plus, an update on a gentleman that said his wife forced him to give up his Yu-Gi-Oh habit, his Yu-Gi-Oh hobby. And unfortunately, she still divorced him. All right, we got that. We got that coming up here later on in the day show. We have Straggle and Sniggle Theater and Crime and Law CGA. Lots of Crime and Law CGA. I might just have the Crime and Law day at some particular point. Tons of Crime and Law CGA that we got to cover up today. But to contribute to today's show, $ the Notorious CGA on the Cash App, Venmo, Coach Greg Adams TV. PayPal is paypal.me/Coach Greg Adams, and that is near the top of the description box on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. And you can super chat by clicking the link on the top of the live chat. New world order. On the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. It's not on the live chat. All right, we're going to do something here. What's going on, man? All right, we'll do it live. All right, that's what we'll do.
We'll do it live.
Yeah.
Okay. No. We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
All right, so here we go right here. We're going to do the super chat. We're going to do it live. Right here on the Notorious CGA channel. What happened? All right, Crime and Law CGA. Yeah, just a Crime and Law day. There's so much Crime and Law to report here. All right, I got to get the subscribers up. Let me see, not the subscribers. I got to get the subscribers. 20 minutes for the hater subscribers. All right, so if you say something froggy and I delete you from the chat, you got to go sign into your other Google account and wait 20 minutes. I know that's frustrating. All right, I've done it to other people. People have done it to me too. All right, so let me get to the earlier contributors to today's show. How about we do that? Was that NGN? He ended off today's show. Was that the last one? Nope, it is our brother Dinero Tranquillo says, true Tyrone story, Coach. Tyrone had all of the girls when we were younger, even took my girl. Now he's pushing 50 and legally blind. Just found out that he has a couple of more hidden kids. Baby mama's complaining that he ain't happen. 7 kids, 4 baby mamas. So you want to be a Tyrone, huh? All men pay. Speaking of Tyrone. New world order. Speaking of Tyrone, this guy is not necessarily a Tyrone, but he's close. He's a Tyreek. Tyreek Hill, all right, in the news today. He has welcomed his 4th baby in so many years. This is breaking news. Miami Dolphins, Tyreek Hill during the season, his wife, Keita, Vaccaro, is that a porn star name? Welcomes baby, shares picture from hospital room. This is his, let me see if they do have the title here. How many baby mamas is this? There he is right there with his new bundle of joy. Shout out to Daddy Tyreek Hill. Let's see. There is, I think it's 8 kids by 5 women. All right, 8 kids by 5 women, all men pay. And there's your boy Tyreek Hill.
Niggas always gotta show they teeth.
All right, he's not so much of a Tyrone, but he's a Tyreek. All right, and she got her feet out right there. Let's see here. Somebody did show me that they had a slide with all of the girls, all of the baby mamas. I wonder if I can find it. It's on Locals. All of the baby mamas that Tyreek Hill has. I mean, all men pay, gentlemen. All right, all men pay. Let me see here if I can pull it up real quick. It's somewhere. Oh, you got some updated Locals. Y'all stay on Locals, man. Y'all keep the show going for sure. I appreciate all of the Locals contributions over there. And if you want to join Locals, go ahead and put it in there. CoachGregAdams.locals.com. You can contribute stories that might appear on today's show or any show for that matter. And yeah. All right. Your contributions are very much well had. Is join Locals. It's free. In order to, of course, watch the live streams on Locals. Of course, you got to pay. Those are pay-per-view. All right, let me see where the Tyreek Hill thing is. Yeah. It was bad. All right, Tyreek Hill. Okay, I don't have it. But there was a slide. There was a slideshow of all the Tyreek Hill baby mama stuff. And, yeah, he's been getting busy. He's been getting mad busy. All right, so I don't think I have it. Nope, I don't have it. Let me see. Is this it? No, that's not it. All right. So anyway, he's got a lot of baby mamas out here. Speaking of baby mama drama. But yeah, the Tyrone situation is, yeah, Tyrone does. You never really have a Tyrone that has no kids. Okay. Very few Tyrones have no kids. Most Tyrones have children, for sure. All right, so Tyrone ends up paying a lot in child support. All right, we got Fixes a Bind, LLC says, I was debating with the fellow Christian earlier. He's pro-marriage. Was it a feast? He backed up his argument with scripture stating that God will deliver a good woman and provide protection. I agreed, but added that the marriage system we have is unbiblical and is weaponized system against men. And he says, we do rely on God's protection, but we are still responsible for our conduct. And we are not supposed to take unnecessary risks. Like when the devil told Jesus to jump off a cliff, we both died on our respective hills and neither of us conceded. And he says, one last thing, Fixes the Bind says, nobody can beat me in debates. And shout out to the Coach Gang. He's the undebatable. And that is a sponsorship today. All right, that's a sponsorship today. So shout out to you right there. All right, yeah, the whole thing again, that was where I pretty much beat Hafiz, was on the there's no God in marriage. There's no God in marriage. And so he's saying God is going to, shout out to the faith people. They walk by faith, not by sight. And so what they're doing is they're using their faith and their belief in the marital system that they read about. Unfortunately, that is not the system you marry to. All right. That's not the system you marry into. You marry into a state funded contract. It is not biblical. All right. There's nothing in the Bible. Just so you guys know, when you go to family court, if you ever go to family court, there's nothing related to God in that court. It's nothing but the devil in there. So you are not under the protection of God. Even your pastor, he administers the marriage, or he serves over the marriage, right? If you so allow him to. And he has to have a state-sponsored contract to be able to perform your marriage. All right, but your marriage doesn't really begin until the state certifies that that marriage is beginning, and also you consummate it. Now, this is a debate that's undebatable, and this is where Hafiz lost his debate. All right, he lost his debate basically trying to go back on the premise of me being logical and rational and you being faithful and somewhat irrational. Because even if you're a Christian and you don't just accept that there's no God in marriage in the United States or the state that you get married, if you just want to argue that, you're going to sound irrational and illogical. Now, you're not wrong. You're just going to sound irrational. That means you can't be reasoned with. You're just trying to be in a situation where you're denying it. That's a point you have to accept, right? You can't be like, well, not for me. It doesn't matter for me and my God. I have a belief. You're going to sound like Hafiz. And Hafiz lost his whole channel, right? He completely crashed out. I heard he's back. He crashed out, and everybody, even his supporters, were like, damn, that ain't a good look. right? Listen, I understand the believers and the faithful people. But yeah, you can't sound irrational and illogical by saying, well, I know God is in my marriage. Hey, that's nice. Still doesn't mean that there's no, it still doesn't mean that the state is not involved in your marriage. That's the way it works. Right? That's nice. God is in your marriage, but boom. All right, Undertaker Bell. Right? That's how it works. No matter how much you jump up and down and say the Holy Ghost is a part of my marriage, it don't matter. All right, anyway. Shout out to our brother Eric. Sermon Scott is in the building. Great Scott. All right, anyway. And Damien says, I'm on my feet all day. He says, I take 12 to 15,000 steps a day, maybe more. And he says online, says 3,200 to 5,600 for an 8-hour shift, that you need at least 4,000 calories to gain. And yes, my metabolism is crazy sky high. He says that was a hilarious response earlier, by the way. He was the one that asked, should he be consuming 10,000 calories a day? Since he's burning 5,600 calories a day, according to whatever metric that he's using. Maybe he's using a watch and he's moving around. All right. He's running a relay race every day at work. So I don't think the answer is to go to 10,000 calories though. Right. I don't know if that's possible. What kind of diet would that be? I would struggle with 6,000 calories. Right. This is what it is. By the way, is this the first time you seeing me with these glasses? Yeah, this is the first time that I wore these glasses on a live stream. But if you're on my member streams, locals, and if you're on Patreon, the Money Mindset, I wear these every stream. So I could tell the people who are not locals or Patreon affiliated because you haven't seen me with these glasses, but I've been wearing these glasses for 2 years on locals and Patreon. This is one of the distinguishing things that I do to distinguish between locals and Patreon. And so if this is the first time, I know you're not on locals and Patreon. All right, because I've been wearing these for every week for 2 years on the member stream. All right. And so by the way, these are blue blocker glasses. All right, they don't have a prescription. They just make the screen because there's a lot of blue light coming from these screens. And this does give my eyes a break because I have this lights pointed at me as well. And it does give my eyes a break. It does allow me to see the screen a lot better. All right, because it blocks out all of the blue light, which it does, you know, it could give me a headache, quite a headache just looking into these lights all the time. So I'm definitely going to start wearing them during the evening stream. And it allows the screen to look a little bit better. All right, so yeah, man, shout out to y'all. To filter out the blue light, which is really the blue light. Well, do you want me to get conspiratorial? New world order. All right, the blue light. All right, it is what, if you study the blue light and you go deep down the rabbit hole of the blue light, it is the one thing that allows you to become quite addicted to the screen, right? It allows you to become addicted to looking at the screen. All of your screens have blue lights, all right? Blue lights that it radiates on the other side to get on the other side of your scribe, all right? And so that blue light is what reels you in and gets you under your hypnosis, all right, if you will. New world. All right, but yeah, this is locals and Patreon the last 2 years, and I appreciate y'all, man. And I'm standing up for the first time. I have my stand-up desk. So I'm looking forward to seeing how much I enjoy standing up streaming. All right, so this will be my first one. We got our brother here that I need to acknowledge. Let me see here. One more. Okay. Okay, oh man, that was what we ended the stream on. Yeah, talking about when women are violated. That could be a whole stream in itself. All right, Maryland guy says, Coach, did you hear about the American YouTuber Elliot Eastman, who was kidnapped by armed gunmen in Mindanao? I'm not sure how to pronounce that, which is in South Philippines and is a heavily Muslim area. Apparently, they took him on a speedboat and out to sea. Oh, no. All right, goodness. He says no one has seen him since. Passport bros, protect your neck out there. give him the Undertaker bell. I did see, I believe, Abbott and Preach do a video on this guy right here. And oddly enough, a Lingling that I see, her family is from one of those areas, because she tells me her family is from the South Philippines, and there's 1,000 islands out there. So she's in one of those islands, and her family is from there, and her family is indeed Muslim. All right, which was she gave me the history. So that area sounds familiar to me. I don't know the name quite a bit, but she was trying to explain why her family is not Catholic and they're from the Philippines. Because, I try to understand people's culture as much as I can so I can make jokes about it when I'm on the internet. All right. But yeah. So she said, yes, her family did take the route to Mecca, and they came from the Philippines, which is that particular part of the Philippines is Muslim. But yeah, I wouldn't have known that other than being with the Lingling, all right, that has her family descended from that area. With that being said, I didn't know if that area was unsafe, disregarded as an unsafe area. I certainly wouldn't bring my ass over there. All right, so I wouldn't do it now. All right, so if she says, hey, let's go to the Philippines, all right, and I'll be like, okay, yeah. And she says, let's go to this area.
What kind of fuck you give me?
Oh, hell no. There's a lot of story about Passport Bros definitely getting deleted. One thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to take some trips. I've tried not to go to many of these third world countries. So peace be unto me as I go to one. One of my second or third ones. One thing that's going to happen is, and I said, in this type of thing that we're doing, in broadcasting our wealth and talking about how cheap things are in these areas, who remembers this? I said that these people will make an adjustment. Okay, I don't know. And I always try to reflect back to my old Coach Gang members who remember me saying that. Who remembers me saying that? I said at some point, these people will make an adjustment, which will cause an inflation possibly or put people at risk. Now, this has nothing to do with the Passport Bros. However, we do have to acknowledge that, over the last 5 or 10 years, people have been talking about these countries to go to these countries and take advantage of the bad economies and the poverty, potentially the women, talking about it's cheaper if you go there. And there they go. They say I do. Press 1 in the chat if you remember me saying that. I said at some point they're going to make an adjustment. And it's not going to stay that way. They're not just going to let you guys they got internet too. They got YouTube too. So they're not just going to let you come in and take advantage of them and say, okay, the women are cheaper there. Everything's cheaper. The food is cheaper. The hotels are cheaper. And I said, eventually they'll make an adjustment, and then you guys will have to deal with that reality. And one of those adjustments is that you have to protect your neck, right? You are vulnerable to crime and robberies. And now, of course, deletions, although they're not as common as we might understand them because, there's a lot of people that come and go from these countries that don't have an issue. So, the ones that we hear about, it just, another passport broke over there. So yeah, there's been more Americans that gone over there and lost their lives than normal. But there's a lot of Americans that come and go and nothing happens. But I did say that at some point they're going to catch up. And they're not just going to let you come in with your money and just spread money around and all of that. I said the women are going to catch up too. And I'm actually hearing that in the JUCO, or in that area where the sex workers work, there's some scuttlebutt of sex workers saying that they need to charge American prices. All right. Now, whether they can do that or not, whether they're going to get onto some sort of agreement, it's not going to happen immediately. But I've seen and heard that as well, that there's some people on message boards saying, hey, do not let these guys come over here and pay what you would pay over there. They're coming over there. The going rate is X in America. We need to charge the Americans that price. Okay, so again, like I said, I'm not saying that that's going to happen. What I'm saying, because I have to be clear with a lot of hard-headed ass, no listening ass, knucklehead men, what I'm saying is adjustment. There's always going to be an adjustment made in situations, especially when we're broadcasting the idea that, hey, the girls are easier. There's girls here. They're cheaper here. And eventually now they will make an adjustment. they'll say, hey, we'll let the guys over here go for $30, but the Americans, y'all going to have to pay the going rate in America. And if you don't, well, we're going to put that goodnight Cinderella on your ass. All right. And we'll just rob you for your laptops and your cell phones. We going to get it one way or another. All right. we going to get it one way or another. So how you want it? How do you want it? How does it feel? So again, I said that right around I was in California. Just for people that know, when I said they will make an adjustment, I was in California. And just to be honest, you know, a lot of these people have moved from country to country to country to escape the adjustment, which is either people are getting murdered or they're charging better prices. So anyway, it is how it is. So that's what, you know, that's what we have to know, how the system works. There's always going to be an adjustment. American women have adjusted to American men. They're no different. They'll adjust to the new system and figure things out. All right, what are we doing here? The exit tax. Yeah, or they'll kidnap you, take you outside. All right, shout out to Blue. Black man in the suburbs says, shout out to the Coach gang and shout out to you gentlemen. Get on the money mindset. There are some phenomenal episodes last week. The Money Mindset is litty, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm excited about that group. That group has the biggest potential right now. All right, Locals is great too. It allows you guys to communicate with each other. I know Discord is litty, but Money Mindset has a potential for great growth, and it is doing well over the last couple of years. I know a lot of people haven't considered it. But if you are money mindset minded and blue chip mindset minded, it's the place to go. Yeah, my man said King Easy 2021 CGA called it in the Newport condo. And when I call things, let me tell you what happens. When I call things, I'm normally going to be right. And when I say things, people just automatically call me a hater. Oh, Coach is just hating. Right? Because we do get defensive. I know coaches is hating. All right. And I remember when I called it, there were some people that said, well, wait a minute. How can Coach be against this particular movement? Of course, if you say something, you're against it. I wasn't against it. I just said I called it how I saw it. And they're like, that's the basic premise of his book, The Free Agent Lifestyle. And I said, not really. It's not the same thing. It's similar. We're making suggestions. And I made that suggestion before kind of that thing grew as a well-known movement. But I just said, listen, this is the one thing that you better pay attention to. There's going to be an adjustment if everybody broadcasts. Hey, come, and by the way, there's a guy over there, Austin Hollerman, or Hollerman. I'm not sure what his last, I think it's Hollerman. I want to pronounce it right. Well, he went from country to country to country, running and scrambling and scraping for shit. That ninja had to have an emergency evacuation out of Brazil. That ninja said. Now, a lot of other brothers have been in Brazil and done very well, like our brother 1MT Skyler, our other brother here, the Thinky Man's Templar, TMT. All right, these guys have done excessively well in that area. But, you know, we've had some ninjas had to go. It's common sense. It's not hating. All right, so when I say something about something, please don't understand. Please understand it ain't hating. And you will find out in due time that I'm going to be right. Right. Anyway, let's get into this right here. Shout out to Show Off says Trevor Hunter's wedding is set for May 24th. She won. All right. So they had to get that info out. Yeah. Shout out to our brother Show Off. I mean, she's going to get married. They're going to get married. So hopefully, well, we'll be able to follow it. And I wish them luck. What are we doing first? Straggle and Sniggle Theater.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride.
Oh my goodness. He said old news. He's in Nigeria now. Yeah. He's on the run. He said old news. He said old news. No, it's new news. It wasn't news. We were just explaining things. Boy, what's wrong with men? Old news. Guys, we were just explaining the thing, man. It was only 2022. It was new news. It's okay, man. It'll be all right. All right, bitch ass ninja. All right, so anyway, somebody used to, that's old news. It was literally 2023. Wasn't that old. The ninja was scrambling and scraping for shit. And I wasn't announcing it as news. I wasn't announcing it as news. It was literally something that I was discussing. But it literally was less than 2 years ago. Ninja was on the run. Bitch ass ninja. The passport escape artist. Something wrong with these bitch ass ninjas. All right. The ninja, hey, this is him. Look, you know I'm going to get you now. This is this ninja getting up out of Brazil. He was like, is that old news? All right. How about this news? Austin Hollerman had to escape Brazil. On the run. Run, Austin, run. Run, Austin, run. All right, how you like that? How you like that, sir? Are you okay? Everything gonna be all right? There wasn't no old news. This is him. He had to run the fuck up out of there on the first thing smoking. He was like, book the emergency plane. Mitch ass ninja. All right, anyway, take your Mitch ass on. Look, he done left the stream. I can't stand these Mitches, man. I'll tell you. They take everything personal. All right, you want some more? Or you want to let me do my show? Anyway, he's out there. Austin, he's talking about you on the show. Then it said, Mimi, how's that for news? How's that for news? You want some more news? All right. Oh my goodness. Hey, it's the evening show. I'm a rant. Hey man, I'm telling you, man, if you're done, if you sick of the rants, I got rants for you. I'm gonna be slapping Mitches all year long in 2025. I'm gonna be slapping Mitches all right here. All right. I'm gonna be slapping Mitches all year long. That ninja was like, hey, all right. Mimi. You want some more current news than that? You want some more current news? These Mitches, man. It's old news. All right, anyway. Straggle at Sniggle Theater. All right. Passport bro offended. Offended ass passport bro. All right. Anyway, good Lord. Let's get to the Straggle at Sniggle Theater. All right. Hey man, I think there's gonna be bad money for me to make by slapping Mitches. I might just slap Mitches all the time. All right. Anyway, what are we doing here? Straggle at Sniggle Theater. We have a, I don't know what this is, so let's go ahead and play it. Oh, no. All right. All right. Well, I can't control the volume. I don't know what is the world.
What the hell?
Wow.
Oh my God. No way.
Oh my. All right. Jesus. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Jesus. Oh my goodness. There's a lot of flatback Supremes in there. It looks like a night at the JUCO with CGA. Is this an orgasm? What is going on here? All right, that's
Oh, the humanity.
oh my. All right, there. Oh, Natasha, look at these flatbacks. All right, the only thing they missing is they feet out here. A lot of hair. Oh, the one in the green is going. All right, the one in the green is going.
The humanity.
All right, who's running this show back there? The guy in back there running the show is yeah. All right, sign me up. I'll take it. All right. There's definitely, oh my goodness. Oh, that looks like my little Ling Ling right there. All right, that definitely looks like my little Ling Ling. All right, she's definitely risen and jizzing over there. Stay boiling, just. Oh my goodness. All right, I need to.
Oh, the humanity.
What city is that? I need to check that out. All right. I need some. Look at the one in the black. Oh my goodness. I want that little one in the green. I want. Oh my goodness. Just boiling. Oh, they got white girl hair everywhere. All right, I'm in. All right, count me in. All right, I want it. Show me that little Ling Ling again. Right there in the corner. Here she come right there in the black dress. Oh no.
Oh, the humanity.
Oh my goodness. All right, yes. It does look like Russia. All right, I want to find out where that is. All right, I want to join that class. Is this old news? All right. Oh, it's old news. Sorry. Our guy here said it's old news. So anything that's old, according to him, I can't talk about it. All right, anyway. Yeah. Straggle and Sniggle Theater presses on. We have. Oh, I Show Speed is in the building. What do we tell you about this, guys? When you travel, this is part of the free agent lifestyle. When you travel, you're going to open up your mind and your portal to the possibilities. And then when you come back to your hometown, you're going to realize how small and podunk the town is that you're from. And I named many towns: Tupelo, Mississippi, Columbus, Ohio. You know, I've named a lot of cities that are podunk, and you guys like, no, coach, we got industries moving in. And I'm like, yeah, it's still podunk. I've been to your town. And then I said, the women that you deal with in Jacksonville, when you leave and you come back, the women in Jacksonville aren't so good. Remember, I've always said that? Well, ISO Speed, he's a legendary streamer here on YouTube and Twitch. And very much a soccer football aficionado. Cristiano Ronaldo's best friend. He says the girls in Cincinnati are terrible. Let's hear what ISO Speed has. He has traveled the world. Old news. He's been traveling the world for the last 2 years. As much as people have been fleeing from Brazil, all right, he's been traveling the world for the last 2 years. This is what he had to say about when he returned back to Cincinnati.
When I go to a different city now, like the girls who I thought that was cute in Cincinnati. No, I'm talking about the best looking girl in Cincinnati is like a 5. And
Damn, a 5?
like a 6'7", a 6'7", a 6'7" in like LA or like London or something. Right. Girls in Cincinnati are terrible, bro.
Hey, and shout out to Speed here. And he got millions and millions of dollars. All right. So
I got money.
All right. And my son saw him in Vegas recently. Old news. All right. But he said the girls in Cincinnati, Speed, by the way, 5 is about right. And when I told you there's no 10s in Thuganati, there's no 10s in these areas that you live. Certainly there's highly attractive women, but there's no 10s in Houston. I mean, I'm sure there is one, but she don't stay there very long. But they look like that because that's all you live and that's all you see. And you never travel and go outside of the area. Then you go to somewhere else, another country, another major city, and then you come back to your city, and then you're now in Thuganati. Right? Now you're in Thuganati, and you're looking at the slump busters and the booger wolves and the snow cows in Cincinnati, and you're like, bruh, there's no way. And he was right. And Shannon Sharp talked him out of the 5, and he said, okay, 6 or 7. No, you were right.
Oh, the humanity.
There are 5s in Cincinnati. All right, there are 5 in LA. All right, the best women that leave Cincinnati, when they go to LA, Miami, New York, Chicago, DC, there are 5. All right, shout out to everybody in Cincinnati. And shout out to our brother, DG PNB. I forgot his name. You know who I'm talking about. But anyway, Cincinnati Bengals fan. Yeah, Cincinnati don't got them. The 10s are in Milwaukee, huh? Okay. All right, shout out to you. Yes, I've been to these. By the way, you can't fool me. I've been to these cities. All right, I've been to every one of these cities in America. I've seen it. I've seen what's there. All right. But shout out to Speed. I mean, he's right. Guys, you got to travel.
But when I go to a different city now, like the girls who I thought that was cute in Cincinnati. No, I'm talking about the best looking girl in Cincinnati is like a 5. And like,
Damn, a 5?
Look at Mr. Abba Dabba Dabba here. Damn, a 5? Yes, sir. Shannon Sharp. Shannon, you know this, sir. All right, where's Michelle from, Shannon? Is she from Cincinnati? Where was you hitting Michelle at? That's my Michelle.
like a 6'7", a 6'7", a 6'7" in like LA or like London.
I'll give him a 6 or 7. Where was I at? I was in Cleveland recently. And I was there for the Drake concert. I think that was about February. And I didn't see a looker until I went to the arena. All right. But I'll just tell you, I was staying downtown, which is not the best place to stay. It was nothing but ugly broads there. All right. But then when I went to the concert and I got to the arena, they used to call it the Gund Arena. I'm not sure, the GUND. I'm not sure what they call it now. But when I got to the arena downtown, all the women came from the suburbs, and there were some lookers once we got to the arena, and they came out naked, and it was like 10 degrees. It was negative 10 degrees, and they came out with their titties out. All right. Anyway, shout out to Cleveland. Oh, by the way, and if you're running game in these areas, please, you ain't got no game. I mean, let's just qualify things, man. I always try to help you out. If you're telling me you're from these areas, well, let's just say this. If you telling me you're running game, then I find out where you're from, I have to discredit your game. All right, because I hear ninjas be like, you just need to run game. And then they from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. They from Calgary. I'm like, hold up. Now, I know good and damn well we not talking about running game in Calgary. All right, there's no way we're doing this. All right, are we having this conversation? That's like saying you running game in Salt Lake City. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's not, we can't qualify that. You're in Billings, Montana, running game. You know what I mean? Like, listen, the only people I want to hear running game, you got to live in Las Vegas, New York, DC, Chicago, Miami, Los Angeles, Northern California, any part, Oakland, San Francisco. All right, that's it. Scottsdale. All right, that's it. Ninja, don't tell me you're a run game expert and you out in Salisbury, Pennsylvania and shit. Like, come on, man. Man, we can't do this. I can't let people get away with this shit. We can't let people get away with this shit, man. Why do we let people get away with this shit? You can't run game in Calgary. I'll give you San Jose. Okay, I'll give you San Jose. I used to live in San Jose. Detroit, Chicago. We can't be running game in Calgary, Alberta. But Ninja, I know it's in Calgary. It's northern Montana. Right? It's northern Montana. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. You can't let people get away with this shit. All right, anyway. All right, everybody in Canada's mad. Everybody getting it today. All right, what are we doing here? We got this one out here. Apparently, Sophie Rain is back in the news. I'm going to have to check out her content. Apparently, she got it banging here. All right, it says, this is the woman that claimed that she has an OnlyFans account, and she made $43 million, $4 million a month. And I guess she's like, okay, y'all don't believe me. Let's pull some receipts. And apparently she posted, big thank you to my top spender for being there since the beginning. And she pulled up a receipt from one spender named Charlie. And it says 11 months, subscribe for 11 months. And look at the number on this screen, my gentleman, right here. All right. $4,723,925. Yo. Okay. All right. So these are mostly messages. These are private messages that they've sent. I don't know if she answers these. All right. But this is her slip for the people who wanted to say that bitch lying. All right. And I said, well, I don't know. Look, I don't know what. I said, I know what social media content makers make. You can make a killing. You can make a bag on social media. All right, and OnlyFans, you know, I ain't out here showing my titties. Ladies, you want to buy pictures of me and my titties? I'll do it. All right. All right. But apparently, there it is. The earnings of one individual, $4 million. Oh, my Lord.
Oh, the humanity.
Ring the bell, did you? Hey, so here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. This is my point that I'm making here. And this is, I don't know if this is true. This is posted on her account. It is what it is. When I tell you, brothers, ain't no stopping simping. Ain't no stopping simping. And I heard a guy earlier today talking about this, and he was like, hey, man, you guys, you weak men, you simps are messing up the game for me. Right? And so, and I wish, do I have the clip? All right, typical mouthpiece shit. And I'm telling you, man, guys, it's a wrap. All right, the monetized dating marketplace is here. Women being monetized is here. Open prostitution is here. All right, there's no stopping it now. It's too late. All right, it's too late. You guys fumbled the bag long time ago. Let me just tell you, man, this particular strategy of really killing simps, it's over. All right, because we have the internet now. There's nothing you can do. You guys let this shit go on way too long. All right, you didn't make a move, and you cowards didn't bring on Sharia law. All right, so there's no stopping it now. It's over. Right, it's over. All right, so let me go ahead and play this video of this Mac guy right here. Let me see if I can pull up the Mac guy. Typical mouthpiece ninja right here. It says right here, are desperate dudes ruining the game? And there you go. Take a look at this ninja right here.
Oh, the humanity.
Hey, look at this. Look at this. So desperate dudes. Let's hear what he's got to say. I'm interested here. What he's got to say here. Let's see what this is right here.
Young niggas real quick, bro, because something been weighing on my mind heavy. And it's not just to the young niggas. It's to the ugly niggas, the undesirable niggas, the fucking desperate niggas. Y'all fucking up the game. And we talked about this, and I'm going to explain why y'all fucking up the game. I would say maybe like 2019, right? Fucking ugly bitches was easy, right? They was damn near like begging you to fuck them, right? Like it was like, please fuck me. Like, please.
Okay.
I'm ugly, please.
Okay.
Do me this favor,
He's
fuck
starting
me.
hot.
Right.
He's starting hot.
No. Keep
Do you
going,
remember,
keep
right?
going,
Do you
keep
remember
going,
that?
keep going.
Did I make that up? Do you?
Who was begging to fuck this guy? Come on, man. Wait.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
All right. Let's continue.
You remember? There was some promiscuous woman.
Now nobody fucked ugly bitch.
No. Now we want
ugly bitch.
There was some promiscuous woman that you may have not wanted to indulge in, but you did indulge.
Right. I'm not okay. All right, and so what he's saying essentially is he had the slump busters and the booger wolves. All right, so he telling on himself. All right, he telling on himself. All right, so you out here with the slut busters, and it's not a surprise. So he said the ugly women were begging you, all right, and you was indulging. All right, you remember in 2019? Well, as I told you, 2019 is gone.
Larry Bird's not walking through that door, fans. Kevin McHale's not walking through that door, and Robert Parrish is not walking through that door.
Bro.
And if you expect them to walk through the door, they're going to be gray and
old. In
old.
2019, fat women didn't have Instagram with 100 million followers, right? Today they got Instagram with 100 million followers or 100,000 or 2 million followers. There's fat women that got, dude, they'll send me a picture on Locals and I'll click on it. It'll be a fat woman. I'll be like, oh, she'll be good for Gordita Tuesday. I'll click on her profile. She'll have 800,000 followers. Oh, and this active too, because the last post I saw got 79,000 likes. All right, and it'll be a woman with you can't even see her kneecaps. All right, you can't even see her kneecaps. And there's thousands of comments. All right, no bots. So here he is right here. All right, so what happened, sir? Go ahead and tell us what happened since 2019.
Ugly bitches is fucking easier.
There we go. Thank you. We all remember, right? Let's stop pretending, right? They're not all tens. Now we're in the era where ugly bitches want to be taken out. They want to be posted. They want flowers. They going above and beyond. And me and Joe had the conversation that it was desperate niggas that fucked it up because, you know, niggas like us, right? We're not doing that, bro. You ugly. You want to fuck? No. Okay, bye. Get out of here. But desperate niggas that don't get no play was like, yo, bro, please, I'll take you out, bro. Like, I'll get you some flowers. So now ugly bitches started to get the standard of pretty bitches. And then pretty bitches saw how ugly bitches was getting treated. Was like, all right, I need a Birkin. You got a Wraith? We not fucking. So they started to raise their standards, and that's fucking with my game.
There it is right there. You see that? You see that? I want you to listen. That's the most important part. It's fucking with my game. Now, I've been telling you, these game ninjas, this is their entire stance, is that they want you to do a system that they know you're not going to be successful at. That doesn't benefit you, it benefits them. All right, so if you're out here tricking, if you're out here simping, if you're out here dating slump busters and booger wolves, it messes their game up. I always told you that's what it's about. So it's about putting you on the this is why we call them coochie commies. This is why we call them coochie commies. Coochie commies basically want to get everybody regulated on a system of free pussy so that he can win. I told you this is broke nigga shit. Coochie commies. All right, I'm telling you guys, look, it doesn't get any better than that statement right there. That's some Calgary, Alberta running game ass shit. That's what I'm talking about. He's not concerned about men winning. He's concerned about him being priced out. Right? Right? That's all that is. He's concerned about he's getting now priced out on even the ugly bitches that he used to get. I told you. Listen, I will break down what they always try to do. All right, he said he ain't lying. The women are starting to have high standards. Yeah, that's obvious. But I called it. That's the new dating marketplace. Now, it's not for everybody, but everybody will be on that in the next 5 to 10 years. Because the broke guys are being priced out. That's essentially what he said. And look, I mean, take a look. I don't know this guy. But he says, you're messing up the game for me. Hoflation is messing up the game for me. Now I can't run my game. So the game ninjas are getting desperate. Right? Hey, man, coochie commies. It's listen, right now, there's no stopping it. Okay, so there's a couple of things you can do. You can join CoachGregAdams.locals.com, and I'm going to tell you where it's going. All right, but yes, the 8s are on discount. Now you can shoot above that, but what's going to happen is you're shooting above that, you still got to be in the still be in the conversation. All right, so now if you're above that fray, you can get 8s on discount. These are all the things we're telling you. Get the 8s on discount. Now they just got to level up. You got to step your game up. All right, and he doesn't want to step his game up. What he wants to do is regulate the market with coochie communism. And so he coochie commies his way, and that's what a lot of game guys do. All right, is they'll just basically try to regulate the market between the men instead of competing. All right, because they were competing in a regulated marketplace because there was no internet and social media. So these are guys that say, I hate the internet, I hate social media, because then I got to compete. Right here. The shit that they thought was going to work for 10, 15 years don't work no more. And they're trying to figure out what's going on. All right, and so then they regulated with the men. These stimps got to stop paying OnlyFans. Well, how you going to stop that? That's the impossible. All right. All right, it's the impossible. But I told you the marketplace is making these guys panic. Guys like this. I don't know this guy, but let's just call him a pookie. Okay? He's a pookie. We live in a free market. So there's nothing we can do about it. We can make videos and say these guys are simps and the incels and the virgins and the married guys. I tell you, it's pointless now. All you're doing is showing that you don't want to compete in a market that is re-regulated, it is adjusted. Now, if you say we don't want to compete in the marketplace, that's fine. All right, I'm fine with that. But it's trying to regulate the market so that one person wins. I want you to realize this. They're right here. He's only trying to regulate the market in shame, blame, explain, or sign language. So he wins. He's the only one that wins. You see that? I wish I could play it again. I can't rewind it. But he says it's messing up the game for me. Not for men, but for me. That is the key point when I hear these ninjas. All right. And so I'm just watch this in the next 5 years. These guys are going to start scrambling and scraping for shit. They going to have to figure out how to compete. All right. So anyway, poor guy. Oh, I did find it. All right. So this is Tyreek Hill. I'll just do it quickly here. Tyreek Hill, NFL star, welcomes his 4th child in 2 years with his wife. They're first together, bringing his alleged total to 8 kids and 5 baby mamas. Congratulations to Tyreek Hill. There he is, Father of the Year. This is baby mama one at number 1, Crystal Metheny. Right. All right. There it is right there.
Where the white women at?
All right. Baby mama number 2. Her name is Camille Valman. All right. That looks like a sister. All right. Cute kid too. Look at that cute baby. Looks like he got a straggle daggle. Baby mama number 3. I think she was a stripper from Nebraska or something like that. Thick BBL. That's Brittany, baby mama number 3. And then the wife, Keita. She's one of the baby mamas. There she is. I think she's a Latina, if I'm not mistaken. She's Latin. And yeah, so wowzers. Man, my man, $30 million a year. All of that money is definitely going to go out the window. Who is this? Is this one of the women? This is one of the women with her new man. Oh my goodness. Hey, Jesus. Look at that.
Oh, the humanity.
All right, look at that. So this is a new man with a pregnant belly with Tyreek Hill's. Is that Tyreek Hill? I don't think that is. That's another guy. So now, yeah, that looks like he's a stepdaddy and the baby's not even here. Okay, she a baddie though. Whoa, man. All right, and there he is right there. I think this is another baby. This is another baby mama right there. I think that's one of the first ones. I'm not sure. She's a cute woman too. All right, and she's cute without makeup. I mean, you tell she's a South American queen beauty. All right, Tyreek busy. That money, that $30 million going spread out in child support. I'm pretty sure it says right here, 2 of these women both receive $2.5K a month. All right, that's pretty easy. They must have a regulated child support in Florida or wherever they're from, wherever he lives. All right, somebody said Coco beware. Coco beware. All right, beware, guys, out here with your seed. Protect your seed. All right, and last one on Straggle Sniggle Theater is this. Remember this conversation about kids getting credit cards. All right, remember somebody said, how can kids get your credit card? Well, we have another story here.
Some generous donors have helped a Brooklyn mom out of a jam after her 4-year-old son ordered more than $2,600 worth of popsicles on Amazon. Noah managed to order 51 cases of SpongeBob SquarePants popsicles. Amazon won't take them back, and Noah's mom, a social work student at NYU and mother of 3, couldn't afford to pay for them. So far, more than $4,200 has been donated to a GoFundMe site. Noah's mom says any extra cash will help pay for his education.
There needs to be some kind of automatic cutoff there on those Amazon
absolutely.
orders.
Smart kid, though.
Smart kid. So again, as we tell you, man, kids are savvy as hell. You got to watch out when you have your credit card, because credit cards, it don't like you got to pull the credit card out, right? Most of these places, you can auto save the credit card, and oh, there's the number. All you might need maybe is the 3-digit code on the back, and 51 boxes of popsicles. I know them bitches was melted when they set them outside. All right. And then she came back home from work. Oh my goodness.
Oh, the humanity.
Ooh, wait. And they said, we ain't taking them back. All right, they have to be a box limit, all right, over there, a box limit. Who orders 51 popsicle boxes? All right, SpongeBob box. All right, and there he was eating them popsicles too. Where he at? Look at him.
Niggas always gotta show they teeth.
All right, he was eating them popsicles, but you got to watch out, man. When your iPad or your phone, they want to play a game, and then, guys, they know. Guys, kids are savvy. All right, kids are savvy as hell, so be careful, man.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right?
Straggle and Sniggle Theater. Yeah, you can sell them at the store. There's a lot of bodegas down there in New York City where you can sell those popsicles. I'm pretty sure Bodega Poppy and Alibaba can get out there and take those. Shout out to Gregory Smith is in the building. Gregory B. Smith says, you are catching dubs like a battle rapper since 2019. Man, I haven't been wrong many times. I've made some mistakes. I'll call them mistakes. But, man, I'm catching these dubs. We're telling you what's going on here. I'm a really practical guy. People will call me a negative guy a long time ago, you know, before social media. Damn, you negative. Right? Why you negative? And I'm like, I'm not really negative. I'm just calling it how I see it. Right? People are like, you're so negative. And I'm like, but I'm not negative. I'm basically saying, well, there's no hope here. Right? Like, you know, we're fucked up, or, you know, this is going to happen. This is more likely to happen because people like hope. People like hope. Well, I hope, and I'm like, nah, hope is not going to help you out. You probably don't realize this is a sinking ship. And I'll say something obvious like that. And before the internet, social media, I had to deal with normies, and then I would burst that bubble. I would just pop up and burst that bubble, and they would go crazy. Stop being so negative. And I'm like, I'm not being negative. I'm actually just telling it the truth. Right? And normally I'm right. They have to come back later on and be like, damn, you was right. How did you know? I'm like, the fuck? It's obvious. Most of the time, people don't do anything but just sit and wait for something to change. And that's when I know we're fucked up, right? Because you're just saying, well, I hope it works out for the best. Now, just to let you guys know, if you've ever been in business, if you've ever been married, if you've ever had kids, a real relationship where you cohabitated, nothing works out for the best. Nothing just works out for the best. If it does, you beat the odds significantly where it just worked out. Most of the time, you actually have to take practical steps. Most of the time, be proactive and aggressive. You can't hope for it to work out. You can't just be like, all right, let's just see what happens in 30 days. You can't do that. So when I see people saying, let's just hope it works out, I'm like, oh, we're in trouble. Because they're not making any moves. They're not making proactive steps. They're not changing their habits. They're not making this. I'm like, there's nothing going to happen. That's the reality. So, or you'll do something and I say, well, I see what you're doing. There's a cause and effect relationship with what you're doing, which is the cause, and there's always an effect. Women have a problem with this. Okay, but men have a problem with this too. I'm like, okay, so you guys are doing all of these things. You guys realize there's going to be an effect to everything you're doing. It's not going to stay as it is. Something's going to change because people always adapt. So you're doing this, you're doing a whole bunch of shoveling this over here. As a result, something else is going to happen. And even Newton laws tells you these things. All right. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. I believe that's Newton's law of physics, number 2. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. I went to school. Is that Newton's law number 2? The laws of physics, number 2. So, and what is it? We tell you Murphy's law. Yep. What can go wrong will. Just prepare for what you can. Murphy's law. What will go wrong will go wrong. There's nothing you can do. You can't control it. So you prepare for what's going to go wrong. All right. So if I know that something's happening or not happening, there's going to be an equal and opposite reaction to that thing. Nothing just works out. Nothing just floats out. If it does, you beat the odds heavily. So as a result, if I could take that pragmatic idea, as you call it realist, I call it pragmatism. But you could call it realism, and I just arrive at conclusions being real. Law number 2 is friction. Yeah, law number 2 is friction. So mass and times acceleration, if I'm not mistaken. But law number 3 for every action is equal and opposite reaction. But there's cause and effect to everything. I do something, there's going to be an effect. I don't do something, there's going to be an effect. There's always a relationship. So this is just using pragmatic mindset and also knowing that things do not go backwards in time. Okay. Force equals mass times acceleration. Shout out to you. Thank you. But I also know it doesn't go back in time, meaning that whatever's happening today, we can't say, let's go back 10 years the way it was 10 years. I've lived almost 50 years. I know for certain That time has never gone back on anything idealistically. Right? I just know that. I'm like, dude, there's no way it goes back. It never goes back. It never goes back to how it was in the 80s from the 90s. It never goes back from the 2000s and goes back to how it was in the 90s. It never does. So I always tell you, pragmatically, we're trying to bring types of relationships that existed in the 90s and the 2000s into 2025. There's no way. He says, I'm explaining entropy. Thank you. I've heard of that before, but yes, everything always goes forward. We always press forward. There's a new generation of people that don't know about the old generation of shit that you're trying to bring back. So we would love relationships to be like it was when we were 20 years old in 1998 and 2000. But there's new 20-year-olds, and they were born in the year 2006. They know nothing about that. All right, so it doesn't go backwards. So when I can arrive at conclusions, being that I just want to make a prediction, I make a prediction, and I say it ain't going back. I know that, and it's only one way it goes is forward. But history does repeat itself. But you got to really adapt to change. All right, everything changes. All right, seasons change. Shout out to the Dark Side Foundation, coach. That boiling peace sleeve needs to be a button on the soundboard, for real. And he says, Austin Hollerman will drop $3K on flights to clap mastodons. Oh, no. He says, most passport bros are actually pookies in disguise. We need more Mitch slapping in 2025. Time to trim off the fat. Shout out to you. I like some of the passport bros, but, unfortunately, the negative guys bring bad light to everybody. And Austin, although I don't see what he's doing all the time, I definitely don't keep up to where he is. But there's a realization of what's going on here. It's a real thing, and people might consider me a passport bro, which I don't mind. There's some very good people on that side, but it's interesting as to what's going on here in a short amount of time. We've seen a lot of people be exposed to something that they weren't being exposed to, but hopefully they're making the best out of it. I'm making the best out of it as well. I mean, I've traveled as well, so it's good. It's good. It's good overall because it encouraged people to go out here. But we do have to be conscious of the cause and effect of relationship of what we're doing. Man, people see you coming. All right, they see you coming. All right, and then they'll prepare for you. They rubbing their hands. They rubbing their hands and going, all right, y'all niggas get off the plane. We know what to sell y'all. Fat women. Remember I showed you them Asian women? I think they were Filipinas. And it was a bunch of fat ones, right? And they was up here like, come on, we like y'all passport bros, because they know y'all was coming over there for the fat ones. All right. And I was like, what about the skinny ones over there? What about the little ones?
What kind of fuck you give me?
All right. The fat women was like, oh, good. Somebody will want us. All right. Yeah, it's crazy. All right. By the way, shout out to Austin, man. I didn't want to make them a diss track to Austin. All right. I was just explaining a situation and somebody else took it personal. So I had to go in on Austin. But yeah, it was a bunch of fat Asian women with fupas. All right. And I was like, oh, they know niggas are coming. It was like, we in like Flynn. All right. We set the prices. All right. Anyway, shout out to the fat Asian women. All right. They good.
What kind of fuck you give me?
Ain't nothing wrong with fat Asian women. It ain't nothing wrong with them. All right. Anyway. All right, anyway, man, look, Passport Bro's going to be cutting clips on me, man. Hey, man, relax. Shout out to our Dark Side Foundation. Also, post-pandemic, the market has given privilege to men with credit and capital. The monetized marketplace is here to stay. And Dark Side Foundation, I know people don't want to hear this, and I know I'm selling this to you, but the monetized dating marketplace is going nowhere. And I'm going to have to explain the monetized dating marketplace, but there's so much, it's like a book for me now. And if you've been on Locals, you got it. It makes sense. And it really, a lot of people get triggered when we talk about it. But today, the marketplace is monetized. Okay. There are still people that get together and you do kind of what you would call free activities. But when we just break down on what you can do possibly, remember picnics? Remember picnics? Like, that's what women wanted. I just want somebody to take me on a picnic. I just want a guy to take me on to the park and we can sit and feed the swans and the ducks and we can have wine and cheese and we can make a picnic basket and sandwiches. Remember that? What year was that? 1952? Right? 1952. Remember, you can go cruising in your Chevy and go to the Dairy Queen and get a banana split. Then you could go get a movie ticket. Right? Then in the 70s, you could go to the movies. I met my baby at the baby. Gotcha. Shoot 'em up movies. Yeah. Remember, you can take her to the movies and shit, and you want the finger fucker upstairs. You know what I mean? Finger popper. You take her to the movies. That was like a thing. What are we going to do? Dinner and a movie. Okay. Take her to the drive-in. You want to mack her down? How much did that cost? 32 cents? And that probably was busting the bank in 1982. Fuck. Drive-in movie cost $3. That was dating. That was dating. Now, you ain't getting away with that today. You ain't getting away with that. Yep. You could do the whole day, $20. And that was breaking the bank. You had to get into your piggy bank like, oh, shit, I got to take her out. Now, where we're at now, we're in 2025. These bitches got appetites. They got expectations. And while some dudes will try to figure out how to do a walk in the park, a coffee date, these are old broads, by the way. Old broads love coffee dates. So if you want to fuck a 48-year-old woman, a 42 or 46, a 37-year-old woman, they'll take you out on a coffee date all day long. All right. You can get that all day long. 55, 68. You can get that all day long. All right. Young broads, we're talking about people who count 18 to 28. They ain't going on no coffee date. All right. Ain't going no coffee date. Yeah. Picking up appetizers. You can do that with old broads. Like, let's meet at the bar at this nice restaurant. At the bar, we'll pick up some appetizers and some drinks. All right. Because they done dated 50-11 ninjas. They a single mother of two, twice divorced. All right. They ain't trying to break the bank. I'm an easygoing girl, she'll say. Right here. But it's the realization is people are exposed to a lot more, and there's a lot more out there. So you might be able to get away with that. You ain't getting no picnic basket going. That ain't gonna happen on date one. Let's do a picnic basket, and you bring the bread, I'll bring the jelly and the peanut butter. So it is now more monetized across the board. And it's just not what you pay on the date. It is the woman in general. A woman in the 70s, the 50s, or 60s, what does she work at? The fucking Rite Aid? At the pharmacy? She worked at the soda fountain machine? And you met her and, hi, Sally. How are you doing, Veronica? All right. Thinking we might go to the lake and go to a picnic? What does she make? Like $2 an hour? It's just she ain't surviving on her own. These women are coming in making 50, 60, 70 grand. They're making money, AKA they're monetized. So that's where their focus is. That's where their conversation is about. That's where their vision is. That's where their dreams are. They have aspirations of making 100K, 120K. Right? Yeah. Said they worked at the front desk. Some secretary, executive assistant, going nowhere in life, where her only dream is possibly, do I keep pushing this or do I get married? Now they have monetized lives where they can have goals of rising from secretary and from working the fountain machine all the way up to possibly CEO in their mind. So that is a monetized woman. That affects how women date. That affects how women date and how they choose a mate. That's why they'll say, I want somebody on my level or above. This is typically how it goes. So now you come in looking like this. Where's that one brother at? Right here. And you're saying that the simps are messing up the game. What's messing up the game is the woman's monetized, right? And that's fucking with you in your approach with them, because now those women ain't messing with dusties, right? They're not messing with dusty bunnies. They're not messing with ninjas that are below their level. They're not messing with ninjas trying to get some free pussy off a girl from the front desk, all right? Or she work at the gas station attendant. Like you're priced out. So when I say you're priced out, it doesn't mean priced out on dating, priced out on punani. You priced out because she's monetized ahead of you. Priced out. She ain't dealing with niggas like this no more. She like, nah, plus, yeah, bruh. The game ain't gonna work like that, bruh. So the game ain't gonna work. So that's a form of monetization. Then you say social media, presence, status. These are forms of where the woman can make money or monetize herself in some form or fashion to where she got attention over here. She'll take pictures and post 10 TikToks a day rather than mess with your dusty ass. All right, the likelihood that she's going to mess with a dusty when she can possibly do that, maybe go on Seeking, get a sugar daddy. No, bruh. The Highway 304 is wide open. All right, and you just going to have to mess with the bottom rung women, as I call it, scrap sexualism. You're going to have to engage in scrap sexualism. You're basically fighting for the scraps. And you're messing with bitches that work. They're 29 years old working at Taco Bell. All right. Or they're working as a gas station attendant. That's going to be your lane. We call it, that's going to be your speed. That's going to be your speed. Now, you're going to say they're going to run out of men and they can't compete for all the top tier men. They will share the top 10 men before they go for a dusty. Okay. And this is what they're telling you. They will share the top 10 guys in a what we call off-paper polygynous relationship than to mess with dusties. They ain't gonna back in the day, they used to have 5 dusties to pick from. Right? And they'll be like, all right, in front of me is 5 dusties. All right, now. I pressed the wrong button. But all right, that's all they had. They was in Cincinnati like shit. All right, I got this dusty nigga, dusty. They had just nothing but dusty ninjas running game on them. Like shit. Now today, she in Cincinnati, she worldwide. New world order. She worldwide. Now, every woman will have 1 or 2 dusty ninjas in their rotation. 1 more than likely. They'll have 1 dusty ninja. The rest, yeah, ooh. Shout out to you, John Doe. Shout out to you, John Doe. This is an example right here. Tyreek Hill. So what do we got? We have the off-paper polygynous relationship. Instead of them having 5 dusty niggas, they will share 1 nigga that makes a lot of money. And it don't matter the race. This is a prime example right here. So they ain't gonna matter. They're like, okay, all right, I'll be one of your baby mamas. This is a prime example. Thank you, sir. Thank you, John Doe. They'll share 1 of these guys. They'll do this shit. And these are, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8s. They'll do that. And they'll take $2,500 in child support, call it a day. And then they'll have a dusty ninja. That's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. They don't have to keep 5 dusty ninjas. All right, they'll have 1, and then they'll have 1 dusty, and so it's gonna make the game harder for when the dusties could have a rotation, right? And they can have a rotation of women on the cheap. 100%. Yep. And we got Nick Cannon, where he had 5, 6, 7 women. They don't care. They'll do that. All right, they'll do that. They'll get in line with that. 100%. And they'll have other sugar daddies on the side too. So sugar daddy, they'll have Nick Cannon child support and another sugar daddy or another and 1 dusty. So the game has changed where all the dusties can win. In Dust We Trust. Well, right here. Play what clip? Oh, him?
So that's the issue here, guys. I gotta talk to the young niggas real quick, bro.
Yeah, and young ninjas, YNs, you know, all y'all got is straggle daggles, man. All right, that's what you got, man. Oh, Elon Musk. He had all them flatbacks lining up. The women are like, oh, I'll take an Elon Musk nut instead of a dust nut. It's pretty quick. It's pretty simple, man. That is the monetized dating marketplace. More and more women are coming more accustomed to that than 5 dusties right here. All right. Anyway, sad reality. I know people wish it was different, but I only tell the truth. And I'm a full participant. I do have to disclose I'm a full participant in the monetized dating marketplace. So I am telling you from the front line. Yeah, Cam Newton. 100%. This cannot be denied. So y'all coming and y'all scrambling and scraping for shit from the scraps at this point. And by the way, it's not changing. It is not changing. Trust me on this one. We're going to ride this out for at least, and I think, and my son was talking about this. Shout out to my son, CGA. I was like, son, you need to get you a podcast, but I won't do him like that first. I'm going to let him get through college before he spits on it, right? Spits on it, pause. All right, but yeah, Neo as well. But he was saying Gen Alpha is worse. Now, Gen Alpha is probably the oldest is 14. All right, but they're already showing signs. You can already tell where women are going by 12. 13 for sure. All right, I know people don't want to hear that, but you can already tell where they're going. About 13, 14, you already know where it's going. You can read the signs. It says they're coming behind, and they're unregulated. They're tech savvy. Remember, the little ninja ordered 51 boxes of Amazon popsicles. He was like, they own it. All right, Gen Alpha is on it. They're the hidden. What do you call it? They're the wild card. Because we know what Gen Z is doing. All right, we know what Gen Z, but he said Gen Alpha is cooked already. All right, they cooked. All right, so they're the wild card. Just wait till they roll up. Wait till they get going. And they're going to be going here. The first Gen Alpha adult will be in 5 years. The first Gen Alpha adult will be in 5 years. Okay, that means that I take that back. Yeah, 5 years. We'll have the first Gen A adult in 5 years. They'll be 18, somewhere around close to 18 or 19. They said Gen Alpha is way worse than Gen Z. Okay, because they're unregulated on social media. Nobody even paying attention to them. But they got their lingo is now coming out. We're starting to hear their skibbity and their Riz and all of that. All right. They said Gen Alpha coming back. They coming in with some energy. And they gonna set Gen Z gonna look innocent. Gen Z gonna look innocent related to Gen Alpha. And they're coming in completely social media oriented. Let me just tell you. Gen Alpha's coming in, and their reality is that social media has always existed. They were born into Instagram. Their first time picking up a phone, Instagram was on it. Snapchat was on it. All right, these are the people born into social media. Social media is their reality. And just to tell you, they're already on social media, the girls. Don't ask me how I know. All right, I didn't mean to see it. But they're already on, and they're doing what the adult women are doing. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have children that are Gen Alpha, you might want to check your girl's phone. You might want to check their phone because they already in front of the camera. All right. So just a warning. They already going. They already going. All right. So it's,
Hey, yo, chill.
all right. TikTok is there. They were born into TikTok. All right. And they know how to get on the phone. They know how to post, and they're already doing it. All right. So just already know they're already there.
Hey, yo, chill, son. Hey,
You said cancel all phones. Nah, it's too late. It's too late. That's what we're telling you. It's too late. So be careful Gen Alpha is coming on the heels of Gen Z. And from what I'm hearing from Gen Z, Gen Alpha is worse. All right. Gen Alpha is worse. All right. And people say, how do I know? You guys forget that I coach these kids. All right. You guys don't realize that I coach these kids. All right. When I stopped coaching college sports, these are the kids that I coached. All right. And I've been coaching these kids in soccer and football, flag football, and basketball. All of these kids now do. Many of these kids that I coached are now about to graduate high school. All right. And many of them are starting high school. I coached all of them. They already got it going. All right. Because I remember at some point they would follow me when I was doing my other Instagram. And so they will follow me. I will follow them. And I was like, oh, that's that kid that I coached in soccer. Oh, shit. All right. What is she doing? Oh, what is she doing in that bikini? Yep. So I was like, let me click. And luckily that Instagram got deleted because a lot of those kids were following me as I was putting my red pill shit up there. Right. And I was like, whoa. So just to let you guys know, for the older people here that don't realize what's coming, you're not around younger people, there's another wave coming. And I think this next wave is going to put Gen Z to shame. Like they're not coming in traditional. There's no traditional. They know nothing about traditional. Right? They don't know nothing about 1950s, and they certainly don't know anything about 1990. They have no clue. And wait, 5 to 10 years, these going to be the new JUCOs. All right, unfortunately. All right, these are going to be the new JUCOs. Y'all not going to be ready. These going to be the new JUCOs. You're going to, if I'm, God, hopefully, if I'm on YouTube, these are the new JUCOs in 10 years for sure. So, there's no tradition coming on Gen Alpha. There's no tradition. I mean, Gen Z has no tradition at all. All right. A lot of them are depressed, zooted, no direction, lost, emerging adult, brainstem ain't fully developed yet. But most Gen Z are already above 25. Well, no, I'll take that back. Most Gen Z are already over 21. Most of Gen Z have already hit 21. It's just a few of them that haven't, in which my son is one of that group here. But he's hitting 18 in 6 months. He'll be going to college next fall. And he's one of the younger Gen Zs. All right. So he's on the younger years. He's at the end of Gen Z. And he's going to be an adult technically next summer. So behind him, 2-3 years behind him is Gen Alpha. Yeah. Yo, it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. Thank you for sticking around for this. Dan says, Coach, I swear you know my life. A couple of streams ago, you were talking about women broke that are bartenders, and now I'm understanding because I have to take care of my girl now, and she was a bartender. Love your truth bombs. Don't hold back. Please don't let me hold back, because a lot of people want to hold me back. Don't say this and don't say that. When I start censoring myself, you won't hear much truth. Okay? When you want me to censor myself for your fucking feelings, I can't tell you the truth. Oh, maybe I won't say something because I don't want to hurt the Christians. I don't want to hurt the Christians. I don't want to hurt the blacks. I don't want to hurt the whites. I don't want to hurt the women. If you want the truth, come here for the truth. I can't hold back. I got smoke for everybody, including myself. But if I got to censor it and be like, well, the men won't like this. Nah, fuck the Mitches. All right? Go walk on landmines if you want. Go take a long walk off a short pier. You want me to be telling the truth. And if you just a Mitch ass ninja, you just a Mitch ass ninja. I can't stop it. I can't hold it back. I'm here to tell the truth. I'm here to speak in this mic. All right. And everybody knows I'm telling the truth. So you can be offended, but doesn't mean I'm lying. There's nothing that I said is a lie, and don't twist and turn my words. So yeah, when I'm speaking, I'm telling you the truth as I see it and most likely as it is. So don't censor me with your feelings. So if the Christians catching it today, the Christians catching it. All right. 100%. You can like it or not like it, but learn to love it. Let me get back to this part of the show. Crime and Law CGA. We got an update here. All right, I'm already censored by YouTube, and they didn't like it. But let me do what I do. The spirit of Elijah speaks through me. I can't be worried about you bitch-ass ninjas censoring me. Let YouTube censor me. That's all I can. But when you men, you punk-ass men try to censor me, I can't get out the truth. And you get in your feelings with your passport bullshit and trying to protect. Why y'all bootlicking Austin Hollerman? Y'all always bootlicking these punk-ass content creators. All right? Like, I give a fuck about them. I don't give a fuck about these content creators you like. I don't watch none of these ninjas religiously. Y'all bootlicking Myron, bootlicking Austin Hollerman. Who gives a fuck about any of those guys? All right? Not while I'm doing my show. I don't care about them. I don't care if you a defender defending these other ninjas, TMZ and Headhammer. I don't give a fuck about none of those guys. All right? So you want to bootlick them, but not on my show. Care about no Headhammer and shit like this. Who cares about them? Them ninjas don't do nothing for me. All right? So don't come in here with that bullshit, trying to compare them to me. I don't care about them. Them ninjas don't make me no mind. Right? Unbelievable. All right, let's get back to this. Crime and Law CGA. Cake ass niggas over there with these cake ass content creators. Who cares about them? All right, anyway, this the King of Kings over here. Crime and Law CGA. Who knows this right here?
Did you eat that cat?
All right, here we go right here. Crime and Law CGA. The woman who ate that cat has been sentenced for eating that cat.
Did you eat that cat?
All right, here we go, guys.
Repulsive Ohio woman who ate a cat has been sentenced to 1 year in prison. Alexis Farrell was arrested near Canton in August after she was caught on police body cameras crouching on all fours and biting into a cat. The mother of 3 was indicted on charges of cruelty to companion animals in August, Fox 8 reports, but changed her plea on Monday before being handed her 1-year sentence and dubbed a national embarrassment. The repulsive Ohio woman who ate a cat has been sentenced to 1 year in prison.
Did you eat that cat?
Well, she ate that cat. She got 1 year in prison. Oh, man. Damn, that's crazy.
Gotcha, bitch.
All right. 1 year in prison. Her name is Alexa Farrell. All right. She definitely is Farrell. All right. She's from Haitian. She's a Haitian migrant. I know people were saying, oh, it says it fueled rumors of Haitian migrants eating cats. She wasn't a Haitian migrant. She just ate that cat. That's all she did. And she was on video.
Did you eat that cat?
All right. She's a mother of 3, previously hit with for 2019 theft and child endangerment. It says right here, you embarrassed this country, you embarrassed this nation. More importantly, you embarrassed yourself. That's according to the judge.
Did you eat that cat?
All right. Man, that's crazy. The judge hit her for the gruesome act. All right. Eating that cat. There she is right there. All right. There's your sister. I don't think she's Haitian though, but Farrell is her last name. That's appropriate.
Did you eat that cat?
All right. Is it Canton? Was that Canton, Ohio?
Alexis Farrell was arrested near Canton in August after she was...
It is Canton, Ohio, right in front of the Hall of Fame right there.
Did you eat that cat?
All right. Goodness gracious. Yeah, she was going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and she was eating a cat right there in front of everybody. Yeah, somebody's help her. All right, help the poor woman out there. She going to jail, though. Crime and Law CGA, a guy says he's getting divorced over Yu-Gi-Oh! Yes, Yu-Gi-Oh! If you're on Money Mindset. This gentleman's name is Your Yu-Gi-Oh! Channel. I don't know his name. All right, but he has 104,000 subscribers. Apparently his channel has been popping off since, more than a decade. And let's hear it. This is a very lengthy video, so I'm not going to cover much of this. I've seen some other content creators cover this. I actually was going to cover this, but his video was very long and lengthy, and I can't listen to the whole entire thing and certainly react to it. So we'll start off at the beginning, and then we'll cover as much as we can on Crime and Law CGA here. And where's the sound effect?
I need to say this. Let me just say it straight out the way. I am no longer married, and I'm divorced. This is not what this video is about, but there's something that you guys need to know. When I met this woman, and I told her about my Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, she hated it. She didn't like it.
Okay.
She said that, hey, you can do something better with your life. You should go back to school. So you know what I did back in 2016, 17, 16? I said, you know what? Maybe she's right. And you know what I did? I sold all my equipment. I sold my YouTube channel. I sold all my camera stuff. I'm like, you know what? Maybe it is time to move on. Maybe it's time for me to do something better with my life. Not knowing that at that time, what I had was very special. At that time, something that I chose to do, YouTube, I had something going on. Even though I had some drama and stuff going on before and I shut down my channel a few times, I had something that I completely gave up. I gave it up because someone said, hey, you know what? Maybe it is time to move on. You got to do something better with your life. There's got to be something more for your life.
All right, so let's stop it right there. You can see why I didn't react to this video initially. He's talking a little slow. He's not getting to the point, but I understand. I'm a YouTuber and I do 8-hour live streams, so I get it. Essentially, you can see what's going on here. He got married to a woman. I don't know who the woman is, and they got divorced. He has something about Christ in his back, the frame right there, back there. I can't see what it says. Christ who strengthens me. Oh, we can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That is a scripture. And also a proverb song, if I'm not mistaken, or a psalm song. The point that he's making is he met a woman and said, hey, listen, this card game thing is not going anywhere. Be mature, get a real job. I've understood those and heard those and said, hey, you're passionate about that, but that's a child's game. You don't want to play that. But again, he probably could have continued his success. I did look at his channel. He had make traction 10 years ago with his videos. He was getting hundreds of thousands of views, and it was right when monetization had become a thing. So if he had chased that passion, he probably would be in a better position. But he was told to go button up and get a regular job. The point of it is a typical nice guy.
And that's you.
All right, who gives up his hobby in order to pursue what the woman wants him to do, and he thinks he's making a mature decision. Let me tell you, that's a bad choice. All right, that's gonna be a bad choice overall, because you're giving up something you love and is passionate about, and you think that the result is that she's gonna always be thankful of this. And not so much. So that when the relationship ends, and as I always tell you, it's a matter of if, not a matter of it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. When that happens, now you have to go back to square one and go, oh shit, I lost time. I lost time. I lost the ability to build something up that I had passion about, a hobby. And so people, typically look at men, and typically what men enjoy, they want you to get rid of. Motorcycles, you get married, get rid of it. Boat, sell your boat. Truck, sell your truck. Get a minivan. All right. Football, stop watching all those football games. Video games, stop playing all of that. Okay, whatever it is that you are passionate about, men typically have to give that up and give up the kid within themselves. Okay, they have to give it up. All right, hey, now you're married. You gotta not be a kid anymore. You gotta grow up, Dave Ramsey style. Grow up, become a man. Put the toys away. Where women got their toys, they be doing their collectibles and they motherfucking right. They keep their toys. They get to play with all of their sex toys and all of their regular toys, and they get to be a kid when they want to be a kid. But when men have things, you got to give all of that up away. You got to sell that truck and pay off your woman's student loan debt. And if it doesn't, and no more fun for you. It's all work. Put your head down and grind and go get a second job so you can pay off her student loan debt. So what happens is you give up your passion and you become somebody that you're not. Women believe that they become somebody that they're not, but that's part of being in a relationship. You do have to become one. However, when the relationship doesn't work, whoops, Okay, what happened now? And he's looking at where he could have made traction over time. Let me just go ahead and pull up his YouTube page. That's about enough that we need to hear from him. You can go ahead and pull up a video of him explaining it, but it's 16 minutes of him explaining that he gave up his passion. And as you can see here, let me see if I can go to his videos and go to the oldest video. Let's see here, popular videos. Oh, here we go right here. So this is him 11 years ago, 4.6 million views. Yeah, that's an L right there. Yeah, I mean, that's wow. Unbelievable here. He got 1.2 million. He's definitely got the triple digit, 707,000. Okay, 539,000, 300 and some odd thousand, a couple of 200,000 videos. These were all 11, 12 years ago. So he was making great traction. He has some white, okay, I have 5 Yu-Gi-Oh! Girlfriends. I'm interested in seeing that right there. And of course, they're white women. Of course, I don't know if he married a white woman.
Where the white women at?
Yep. All right, so he had the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bitches out. Right? He had the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bitches. Maybe one of these are the wives. All right, he had Yu-Gi-Oh! Nerd bitches. All right, cosplay hoes. All right, and that might be his wife. I'm pretty sure she's a mulatto. And we got white women.
Where the white women at?
Oh, no, man, look. Okay, so you even had the girls come out playing Yu-Gi-Oh! With you. All right, and there he is right there, 104,000 subs, but he killed all his momentum. All right, all that momentum gone. All right, gone. And that would be a major channel. And, oh, look at that. Let's see. Even 5 years ago, he was still doing good, popping off. Even 5 years ago, 104,000 views. I mean, these are pretty solid views. And he gave that up. He was definitely moving and grooving, gave that up, and went back to his marriage. And the marriage didn't work out. So now he's, sour grapes. And he's got to go. I think he sold all of his equipment and probably his card collection. I think it's a game. I want to say it's similar to Pokemon. Anybody want to know? It's similar to Pokemon, I'm assuming. All right, where you have cards and the game is a card, right? Or the card is part of a game. It's that's about as much as I know about it. And it definitely is going to be something that people look at and think it's silly Negro stuff. So if you're especially black men that do stuff like this is bad. All right, a lot of black men get really persecuted for doing stuff like this. Unfortunately for black men, we're all seen as you're not black unless you're Ray Ray. All right, or chasing pussy somehow, you know what I mean, macking hoes. Right? If you're doing anything other than that, drinking Hennessy and rolling blunts, if you're not doing that, wearing Timberland boots, one leg up, if you're not wearing a do-rag and a baseball cap, like, you're not a nigga. You know what I mean? You're just not a black guy. And certainly with black women, unless they're a baby mama, they become a baby mama, they start growing up, all right, and start being like, fuck Ray Ray and Pookie. Then the kid gets about 12 and they'll go back to them ninjas. Right? If you out skiing and all of this shit and skateboarding and playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And collecting cards and playing Dungeons and Dragons, right? You're just not a real ninja. All right? You a lame, a goofy, and you certainly ain't black. Right here. Yeah, mountain biking. What is this shit? Right? If you ain't got an old 64 Impala, a deuce and a quarter, driving your granny's old LTD. If you're not doing all this, you just not a black man. What kind of black man are you playing Yu-Gi-Oh? What kind of black man are you? You want to be white so bad. Unfortunately, the majority of black men aren't like this, aren't like the archetype of black guys. They're everything but that. That type of guy seems to be very prominent. The Pookie, that's why there's a lot of Pookie-philia. And men tend to adapt who they are to portray Pookie, but they really a nerd. They're really a nerd. There's some brothers out here that are nerd-ass ninjas. And goofy, you read comic books, you play games, you be playing those, what are those games like I can't play those games. It's too fucking slow. All right, but Final Fantasy, you go where you go up to the NPC and then you ask the NPC and the NPC says, oh, take 2 gold coins. And the NPC standing there, coming to my store. All right. And then you go back to the NPC, come into my store. All right. All right. They be playing them long ass games. They drag out for months. Come into my store. Do you need anything? This shit. RPG. I can't play that, man. Them games are too long. I'll be going, it's like a movie. Those games are like a movie. It's like watching a movie. You just playing it. Getting to the next what do they call it? The next little clips screen. All right, so anyway, if you're any of a guy like that, you're just not a black guy. And I don't know what it is about that community of men that often say, well, you ain't got no hood experience, so you ain't a real nigga like me. Like, like, why do I have to have hood experience? I mean, I do, but why does that have to make me, well, he ain't no real one because he grew up in the suburbs. It's like, what's wrong with going? So I'm supposed to struggle? I'm supposed to be in the hood? Well, you, like me, I'm a real nigga. I grew up in the hood. Okay. I have a skateboard. All right. So anyway, so that's what'll happen to this guy, more or less. I don't even know what to add about that story. People wanted me to talk about it, but Crime and Law CGA, there's not much to add to that. Don't give up your hobbies for a bitch. All right, here we go right here. We got Florida woman out here. Florida woman who sealed her boyfriend in a suitcase and taunted him as he suffocated to death has been sentenced to life in prison. Man, it's getting cold out here, y'all. December 2nd here. This was yesterday. Check out the woman out here. Wowzers. Low-hanging fruit.
Where the white women at?
Low-hanging fruit out here, and there's Pookie. So, goodness. There was another clip that I had related to this story. I don't even know if I have it up. Let me see. All right. Yeah, there was another video clip of it. They showed that. Well, there's the suitcase right there, and there's the old white woman, and there's the guy. He looks like a Rodamez, a Puerto Rican, or a white guy that looks like a Puerto Rican, and zipped his ass up in the suitcase. Apparently, she said he was abusive. He was abusive. He was abusing me, and he was abusing me. It sounded like you were abusing him. How do you get him in the suitcase? All right, they talk about not going to Philippines, you'll get kidnapped. Apparently, you're in America, and they'll zip your ass up in a suitcase. Like, how did you fit in there? What did you have to do to fold up? She was like, want to play a game? Yeah. All right, act like you're going to get in the suitcase. All right, and I'm going to zip you up, but just let me know. Tell me when you want me to get you out. Okay. I mean, there is no way that this ninja fit in that suitcase. Not even a small guy can fit in that size suitcase. Wow, without him volunteering to get in there. Oh, man, that's evil, man. That's a slow death. Talk about dying slow. All right, but yeah. I mean, she probably sat on it. I mean, just looking at her right here, she probably sat on the damn thing. All right, because she definitely thick. She got and she does look like there's no remorse. All right, she definitely looking evil. Watch out, man. They'll get you. They'll get you. Man, that's cold-blooded. We have this one right here, Crime and Law CGA. We have this woman right here. Says, my husband of 24 years asked for a divorce. Divorce is in the air. Should I report him for tax fraud? Oh, Jesus. I don't have the whole story, unfortunately. Somebody sent me the screenshot. When I tell you, man, guys, just listen to me, man. You got to listen to me. Women, it's always proximity, likeness, or relationship. She set up under this man for all them years for tax fraud, and she was up there benefiting, reaping the benefits of whatever this scheme was, turning the other cheek, not looking, or getting the tax returns, and she's been doing this, living it up shopping. Of course, now he wants a divorce, and now here we go.
Oh, the humanity.
Now let's send his ass to prison. All right, since he's lying on his tax returns. It's always the people, man, that are close to you. Remember this: proximity, likeness, and relation. Sleeping with the enemy. I don't make this up. I will forever, by the way, these aren't one-offs. I will forever have stories. Don't think that I'm just going to run out of material. I never wake up going, I never wake up going, damn, there's no material I got. Every day there's something. And of course, you don't hear about this in the mainstream. Oh, not all women do this. But this is their nature. When it gets to divorce, it gets ugly. There's very few good, solid divorces. The only ones that are divorces with no kids. And I'm going to tell you, if you got a divorce with no kids, you don't know nothing about divorce, but I'll give it to you. You got divorced, but it was nothing she could do. All right. There was nothing really she could do to you. She only had a few cards to play. All right. But if you have a long-term marriage or long-term marriage with kids or a short-term marriage with kids, you got really divorced. All right. That's crazy. Man. All right. He divorcing me. I'm a reporter for tax fraud. If I can't have you, nobody can have you. So you going to jail or you're going to be broke. Which one? You want to leave me? You're going to be broke. Man almighty. Bull in a china shop. All right. We got a semi-main event and part of Crime and Law CGA, but we'll report it. We have this young lady here. They said is a model from New York City. It looks like she's from Serbia for that particular reason. Her name is Sabrina, but she has two last names that I can't really pronounce. Last letters VIC. She was reported as a model. The thick time. That would be a thick woman. All right. Not an obese woman. She definitely would be classified as a sports model back in the day. Possibly plus size. I know things have changed. All right. But apparently this woman here self-deleted her husband. And this was reported on November 30th. Model, age 27 years old, guns down her husband, age 34, inside of a luxury oceanfront Florida condo in a gory, apparent self-delete. All right, so let's read the story here. A distraught model allegedly fatally shot her husband before turning the gun on herself in an apparent self-delete inside of their luxury Florida high-rise that left his family shattered. Her name is Sabrina, and the last name I can't pronounce. Age 27, allegedly fired 5 shots at her husband. We're going to call him PJ. It looks like his name is possibly Indian. I'm not sure. And it says, and then shot herself on the oceanfront balcony of the lavish condo at Beach Club 2 in Hallandale Beach, just north of Miami, around 12:30 a.m. It's always that. The police responded to a bloody scene, and you can see the picture, gory there, somewhat, shortly after the shots rang out, and found the couple's lifeless body sprawled out across the 45th floor. It says right here, they were both pronounced dead at the scene. And it says right here, the guy's wife, PJ's wife, chose to take my brother's life away from him when she shot 5 bullets into his chest. This is according to the brother of PJ. He said in a heartbreaking Facebook post about his brother, listen, this is the brother. The person he trusted the most, the person he chose to spend his life with, was the one who took his life away from him. Guys, this is what I'm talking about. And it doesn't even have to be self-delete. It could be like this, the divorce. Oh, you don't want to be with me? I'm going to ruin your life. You go to prison. Right here. You don't want to be with me? I'm going to zip you up in a suitcase. These are extreme. You don't want to be with me? Okay, no Yu-Gi-Oh! Channel. All right, we're going to delete all that. It's me or nothing. And his family says she betrayed him, his love and his trust. She shattered my family. My siblings and I will never be the same. I'm terrified my mother will not ever recover, according to his brother. Aerial photos of the police investigation reveal what appeared to be bullet holes in a glass door with pools of blood nearby as the two dead bodies were later covered by a yellow tarp. Inside the unit was a teddy bear, a box full of roses with a heart on it, and the TV still on, according to news footage. Police responded to the gory scene after receiving an alert from Shoot Spotter. This was a gunfire detective program. I never heard of that. With a police scanner indicating the gun-toting wife was on her back and her husband was lying face down in a bloody mess on the balcony. Somebody said, I love them like a brother. A woman said, this is the uncle. This is the niece of the victim, the male victim named PJ. It says, we had a connection like no other. He brightened up every room that he was in. We were all in shock, expecting him to walk in the door any minute. Yikes. One of the other family members said most of his family and friends lived in New York City, mainly in the Bronx and Queens. He said that something in his wife moved to Florida 2 years ago. All right. I can't pronounce these names, so bear with me. So they moved to Florida 2 years ago. So there she is. A little sloppy yogurt there, but very nice. She did. She did. All right, she got some titties pushed up there, the soggy kind. All right, there she is. She picked up a little weight there. 27 years old. She looks a little older than that. I'll give her that. All right, let me see here. They rented a condo for $4,200 a month. All right, so there you go right there. Let me see here. He didn't know what he did. He said he was something with stocks. They didn't know what he did. He said his wife had been a model but no longer worked and was a housewife. All right. I'm detecting JUCO activity here slightly. You guys know what models are. What kind of model was she? All right. There's not many modeling gigs. I think she was a sugar baby. All right. So she's a stay-at-home. It says she's a housewife. All right. She ain't got no kids. All right. There's no kids. So she's a stay-at-home girlfriend. She ain't got no job. Okay. Yeah. Sugar baby. He says Sabrina was known to be a little aggressive and had a temper. All right. So here we go right there. People said now they're going to start reeling out the signs. Oh, yeah. She was a little bitchy. She was a little aggro, but had no information on what happened with the two before the delete, self-delete. All right. Unfortunately, we do have an update on this story here. The ex-New York City model who deleted her husband in a shocking Florida slang, delete, self-delete, allegedly, they're not saying allegedly, confirmed cheated on him, feared that he divorce her. Wow. I'm reading from the story. So we got an update 3 days later, reported yesterday. Right there in Florida, the former Big Apple model who fatally shot her day trader husband before turning the gun on herself feared that he would divorce her after she came clean about cheating on him, according to his brother on Monday. Now, grieving sibling Benny of Scarsdale, New York, told the Post that the family picked up on several red flags about Sabrina, who shot the brother, PJ, 5 times on the oceanfront balcony of their lavish Florida condo just after midnight on Wednesday. There he is right there. He's in good shape, too. He's in good shape. I mean, goodness, he's 30-something years old. He definitely been working out, all for nothing. We saw plenty of signs, and now everything makes sense, according to the Westchester County resident. But they were in love, and never in a million years did we think something like this could happen. There was infidelity on her part, the 43-year-old man said of his sister-in-law, who was originally from Queens. She came to a point of guilt or something that she just could not take. My brother wanted a divorce, and she didn't take that lightly. And she decided to take her own life. And somewhere along the line, she decided to take my brother's life. I think you got that backwards. She took his life and then took her life. All right, so that's definitely what happened. I don't think she could have took her life and then took his life. Neighbors told that the cops It says right here, they heard a vicious fight coming from the troubled couple's units in the weeks leading up to the horror. According to law enforcement, the pair would argue on their balcony and as well as inside their unit. Benny said his 34-year-old brother, who grew up in a box, was a hardworking white-collar day trader who dabbled in real estate and cryptocurrency. Quote, he was a genius, and we're trying to cope with this. My mother's devastated. We lost someone who is so genuine, who is so loving, who is so intelligent, hardworking, and just irreplaceable, and it has left the entire family devastated. Guys, your choice in partners, spouses, girlfriends, it affects your family too. So you got to be wise and careful of who you're out here picking, having sex with, fornicating, and so forth and so on, because, you know, there's no regard for your life, right? They don't care about your life and your family. They don't give a fuck about that. They're all in their own world, and they do get consumed with this. You get your wife cheating, yeah, she'll kill you, bro. She'll kill you. All right, you be like, I'm divorcing you. Oh, word? All right, well, guess what? You going to jail for tax fraud. Oh, they'll turn you in. Remember that time you was embezzling money from your corporation? Remember that time you stole all that work equipment from your work and your job? All right, remember that time you lied on your taxes? This is the person. This is the person you married. All right, remember that time you cheated on me first? Remember that time you put it up the Duke shoot and I was asleep? All right, hey, it's time for you to go. Goodness.
Pop, pop, cop, cop, cop. Skitty keep pop, pop. And a pop, pop, boom.
All right, just like that. All right, just like that. It's a rap ski. Now you 6 feet under. And a 27-year-old soggy titty bitch took you out. All right, I can't show that. Oh, they're showing the blurry pictures. Damn, they laid out on the patio. Oh, my goodness, Jesus. All right, it's blurred out for YouTube, but you can see they laid out on the patio. God dang. Ooh-wee. All right, let me see here if I got some any other information related to this cheating and affair. All right, so there she is right there. This is a better picture of her. They're not talking more about the case. I guess that's pretty much it. But yeah, my girl will never cheat on me, coach. Not my girl. Not my girl. And she got them titties out, bruh. You think dude, these women aren't monogamous, man. Especially looking like that, going out in, where were they? Miami? Near Miami? And it says she worked as a model at one point. I doubt it. She didn't have that many modeling gigs. So although she is chopped out here, she definitely looking good. All right, but that's too much to have your wife walking outside like that, bruh. My wife won't cheat on me, man. She loyal to me. Yeah. Ooh, Lord, let me get to these super chats, man. They're talking about true love in the article. Man, ain't no love out here, man. Ain't no love out here. He was involved in a motorcycle accident 5 years before. Damn, man. Sad to hear this, man. Sorry. Shout out to the guy. Well, not shout out. I want to shout him out. She was a model. Dude, models are sex workers. So I don't know what kind of model she was, bro. Like, there ain't shit that I seen her in. She wasn't in no magazine. She definitely was a stripper or a sugar baby or escort. All right, model. All right, models are sex workers. There's nothing, no ifs, ands, and buts about it. All right, so she is a yacht girl. All right, what about my glass? You guys still commenting on my glasses? Damn, you guys are not on my private streams. I'm a little upset that you guys think these are new. Now, they are new to YouTube, so I'll give you that. But I've been wearing these for 2 years on Locals and on Patreon. All right. These aren't new glasses. These are my blue blocker glasses. All right. So it protects my eyes from this Blu-ray lights that we have here. Cody Draper, coach, he says, I appreciate your knowledge, CGA. Men need this. Plus, I'm like, I want a strong, stable, and unbiased court system. And he says, as a 22-year-old, I appreciate you, CGA. And he also says, I am mean to say there was a mistake in there. He says, I'm like you. I want an unbiased system where men and women can benefit and face justice. Yeah, it would be nice. It definitely would be nice to actually have an unbiased court system. But really, it's a catch-22. I always say that the system is not going to be the system is fair, but the way we mate is unfair. The way we mate, meaning that here's the problem. The system, if women made more money than men and they married down, women would get screwed. The same system will work negatively against women. But that's not how we mate, unfortunately. Women typically do not date down or marry down in general. Okay, they don't do that. Typically what will happen is a man at some particular point, because we tend to make more money over longer periods of time, even if you're with a woman and initially she makes more money than you, at some point you'll probably, in general, will make more money than her or just as much. So let 5, 10, 15, 20 years go by. That's what's going to happen. As a result, you tend to get screwed when the divorce happens. Now, if women were always the primary breadwinner, number one, what will happen is she will probably convince you to give up your rights. If they're the primary breadwinner, what would women do? Like that woman earlier where she said, my partner and I live in a house that I own and he pays me rent. So when the conversation comes up, let's say you move into a woman's house and she bought it. She bought it before you guys got married. And when she bought it, you went to her and said, why don't you put me on the title? She would say no. She'd be like, hell no, fuck that. I ain't putting you on the title. Now let's flip it. Let's say you bought a house and then you married a woman and she moved in. And she says, why don't you put me on the title just in case something happens to you, I'm protected. Okay, honey. Right? You wouldn't fight for that. Men typically don't fight for those rights. You figure out, well, fuck it. I don't, she did bought it and I'll buy my own house one day and I'll just pay her rent. You're not thinking savvy like them. You don't think business wise. So they end up getting you and setting you up. Right? But they're savvy on you. Something's going to happen to you. You get into a motorcycle accident and, I have to protect me and the children. And so just put me on the title and put me on your life insurance and put. You, on the other hand, you wouldn't fight for those particular things because you guys are dumb. Men are stupid. They don't fight for that. So if there is a chance that the woman makes more money than you, you just date the woman that makes more money than you. That's it. And she buys me shoes and Jabot jeans and sneakers and PlayStation 5 games. That's all you get out of it. And then when she leave your ass, she dump your ass and all that shit on the corner. Right? That's typically what happens. So the system indeed is unbiased. We just don't see it played in an unbiased way because men don't fight for those particular things, where women will come into the marriage and say, hey, make sure I'm on your life insurance. Make sure I have a key to this. Make sure I'm on the title. Make sure I'm on this. Men are the dumb ones. So yeah, the system will work against women and it works against them when men exercise those options. But men don't typically fight this way. We ain't petty. All right. So Ridgematic says, Coach, I housed my sunglasses. What? I hosed my sunglasses? Let me see here. I don't know what that means. I housed my sunglasses. His cuz gave him when visiting for the holiday. Let me see if there was a correction there. Maybe that's what you meant. You said it. I housed my sunglasses. His cousin gave him when visiting for the holiday. Is it lost? I don't know what that means. He said the distinguished looks fits us, free agent lifestyle for life. All right, I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what that means, but.
What that mean?
All right, you did what? All right, is it the sunglasses? Was it stole the sunglasses? I stole my sunglasses. I don't know, man. Somebody can help me out. I don't even know what that means. We got the goddamn, that's interesting. Shout out to Cesar Quintano says, what's up, coach? I see you got the Sunday straw look this evening. Shout out to you. I got the Sunday look, man. This is my Sunday look for the people that don't know. And these aren't even prescription glasses. These are blue blocker glasses, man. People like, I don't have my prescription glasses on. I don't have prescription glasses. All right. But I wear contacts. But these are my blue blocker shades. These are nice. All right. But this is everybody on Sunday for 2 years have seen me wear this. All right. We got the new booties out here that don't want to contribute to the member stream. I see y'all don't know what's going on. All right. All right. Yes. You housed your glasses. I don't know what that means. Oh, he housed them like he stole them. Oh, okay. All right. You housed them. Okay. He's an old guy like me, too. He says, I housed my sunglasses his cuz gave me. Okay. All right. Shout out to you, Rich Matic. Yeah, these are gamer glasses. All right. Shout out to our brother You Yet says, I think one of the biggest lies is telling people to live with their decision. He says, you don't live with your decisions, but with the consequences of your decisions. Most women don't know this. This is why they make bad decisions. All right. Yeah. People know that there's a thing about women and accountability. So we typically, by the way, Cesar Quintana. I'm rich, bitch. One of the things we do is we rescue women from their bad decisions. All right. And so when they make a bad decisions, we typically feel bad for them and rescue them. And that's kind of changing. We don't do that too much anymore. But what we typically do is we try to rescue from the decisions. We don't want them to be homeless. And so if we can get them to sell some pussy to us or something like that, we'll help them out. Oh, let me help you out. Your sister, your cousin. All right. Nah. So they never really know the full weight and consequences to their decision making, right? Because there's major consequences. So they kind of operate in a safety net. All right, they got a safety net. They're like, oh, we always got a safety net. I can fall back on somebody, or they can always sell some pussy. So they never know about their full consequences and weight. Shout out to our brother, Paul John Michael J. Fox says, hey, coach, thank you for everything that you do. You're absolutely right. I used to be angry at simps that gave money to OnlyFans model, but the right way to think is, how is he making so much money to splurge? Brothers, there's levels to this shit, right? John Paul, Michael J. Fox. You have to ask yourself, in this context, if a guy can give away this much money, how is he making that much money? Didn't we crack that? Did we crack that code? We cracked that code when we talked about $100 a week, $2,000 a night. Most men, especially the freebie guys, you do not realize that most men that spit, there are definitely men that burn through money with women. All right. There's a lot of those guys. They'll burn through all of their money with a woman. All right. But most of these men that are doing this is not their income. All right. Now that's a sad reality. When you realize that, you're like, damn, how they get into that bag? But there's levels to this shit. There's levels to this shit. And a lot of you guys are going to be priced out, unfortunately. And I am not here to help you. We're not going to get together because there's content creators that do this. What we need to do is we need to get the simps to stop so we can get these. Okay, let me ask you this. I'm going to ask you this. What if, gentlemen, let's just say I'm a regular content creator on the Red Pill. What if we got all the simps to stop paying girls? All right, first of all, how would you go about it? Second of all, what would actually happen? I mean, I don't even know how you're gonna stop that. I mean, because you've been trying to wait for OnlyFans to die, and they're going on their 10th anniversary. OnlyFans about to be 10 years old. Let me see this. And most women don't make that much money, but I'm just telling you. Yep. They're about to celebrate 10 years not next November, but the year in 2 years. They've been going in business 8 years. Now, I know we still think OnlyFans is new. It's about to be a 10-year run. That was your only hope. Oh, by the way, for the people that have been in this space before OnlyFans, it was Instagram was the enemy. Instagram's the enemy. These women are thirst trapping and they're causing simps. Then you get guys that make charts. Hoflation. All right, we've inflated the hose. Okay, here's the deal. Now what? We have to live with the reality now. Ain't nothing stopping it. Y'all better hope the internet go out. All right, now what? Y'all better come up with something else because that shit ain't gonna work, bruh. D Simps is making it hard for me to run my game. Okay, yeah, bro. Hey, look, I'm not with you on that. I'm not with you on that. There's nothing we can do. You better come up with another fucking solution. Meaning that if you want to live off the grid, go live off the grid. If you want to delete your Instagram account and your TikTok, remember TikTok gonna go away. Trump gonna make it. And guess what? TikTok is still here. They gonna ban TikTok and these hoes gonna have to get a job. Okay, it's still here. That's why I'm like, guys, you guys are missing the boat now because y'all didn't watch 10 years go by and made no adjustment. There ain't no simps of just hammering that point home now. That was a good talking point in 2020. 2020, that was a good talking point. I was with y'all. And we was like, Kevin Samuel said, when OnlyFans go out, Subway will be hiring. And we said, yes. Kevin Samuel said, when OnlyFans go out, Subway will be hiring. These hoes gonna have to get a real job now. Okay, so Kevin Samuels has been unalive for now 3 years now. Roughly about 3 years. And OnlyFans is still here. You better catch up with me, man, because I'm telling you that I got the solution. Let those wild horses run free. Y'all worrying about the wrong thing now. Now y'all done been looked up and these bitches making 43 million. Oh, Lord. They're just trying to ban TikTok. They trying to ban Instagram. They try to ban OnlyFans, and they try to come out with another way. Okay, now what? Ninja, now what we doing? Sharia law. The only thing it's cooked for y'all. Y'all let this shit go by, waiting for fate to happen. A twist of fate where Instagram disappears and TikTok and OnlyFans disappears. Oh, man. He says right here, most OnlyFans, he says, he was like, about OnlyFans hosts. Listen, he says only the top 100%, the top 1% are winning. It's the top 0.01% are winning. But there are women that still do it, and they make $300 a month. It ain't stopping them from doing it. They taking that $300. That's what people keep saying. Well, they ain't all making money. Okay, I agree with you. I know girls that do it. And they make it $300, $500, $800, $1,100, $1,200. And they using that to pay their rent.
Your rent's due, motherfucker.
Because all they have to post is 3, 5, 8 times a month. And they still taking the $300. That's the sad again, guys, that's the sad reality. Y'all still got to live with the reality that they still taking the $300. You think they're out here going, oh, shit, I only make it $300. I'm going to stop. That's extra food money, nigga. That's still going to be income. That still ain't making them. So she works at Subway and she's still making an extra $800, $1,200. So you're saying that like that stops them. Oh, man. All right, I only made $300. I give up. I got to go to Subway. Nope. They still going to make the extra money. Now you still got to date a girl that got an OnlyFans. Are you hearing me? That's not going to dissuade them. That's not going to make them stop. They're still taking it. they'll take the 300. You guys still thinking, oh, they just gonna stop and then they gonna have to come back to the regular world. No, they will still put their feet pictures up there and take the 300, and now you're still dating bitches still on OnlyFans. So the problem still exists, whether they're making 48 million or 300. The problem still doesn't go away. It still doesn't go away. It doesn't solve your problem. If they make 200, they made extra $200. That's $200 that they didn't have to go to work for. And they will still try to hustle up. And yes, they still got, and I can't give away too much game here, but if you join me on Locals, they still got other ways to make that money too. All right. They will hustle ninjas and scam them on sugar daddy apps, and they will go sell some pussy on sugar daddy apps. You think that's stopping them? They'll use that, and they'll use their pictures, and they'll just go on a sugar daddy app. Boom. Sell 3 pieces of peace leave all month. Now they made their rent. Now, that's my point. Okay. My point is, just because they don't make 48 million doesn't mean they stop. All right. So now the problem still exists in this mindset. What now, guys? What do you do now? Because these are regular girls. These are your girls that are at your Subway, and they're going home and selling feet pictures, and there's your girlfriend. That's who you're dating. You know, I'm trying to make common sense. Again, where guys are, I think this space can do a better job of trying to describe what the solution is, or what you're looking at, instead of saying, we just gonna wait till these hoes lose. Right? We just gonna wait till the women don't have access to outside revenue. Are you listening to me? I'm trying to help you guys out. It seems like that's your solution. The hoes are gonna run out of opportunities to sell outside. I'm telling you they're not. Now, that doesn't mean they're gonna win. It just means that they'll just find other means and ways to use Instagram, Telegram, seeking arrangements. They're going to find a way to patch it up. You're just hoping that they just run out of these options. I'm telling you, they're not going to. The only way they do is if the internet goes away. And I'm not here to hope that. I'm not here to hope that away. You still gonna be dating a woman that's making $300 extra on OnlyFans or Instagram or Snapchat, or that's what you're more likely gonna run into. That's an actual fact. So you better figure out where the solution is, instead of hoping that this market crashes for them. It's not gonna crash for them. I've been trying to describe this for 2 years, and you guys refuse to accept it. You guys refuse to accept it. That doesn't mean they win, but you're just hoping they lose out on all of these opportunities. Hell no. It ain't gonna happen. You're gonna have to live with it. You're gonna have to live with it. I mean, the only thing you got is monk mode. I'm cool with that. You got free agent lifestyle. I'm cool with that. You got going your own way. I'm cool with that. You got passport. I'm cool with that. But don't look here and go, well, we're just going to wait till they fall down and the price collapses to you. The women aren't going to collapse down to you. You're going to have to find a way. If you wanted to, where's my Dusty? Right here. Let me go to my Dusty. Let's say you wanted to participate. You're going to have to catch up. That's it. You're going to have to level up. That's if you want to. All right. I'm not saying you have to. You better accept the current state of things instead of going, let me regulate the market with men by getting them to feel guilty about tricking and passporting and OnlyFans subscribing. That ain't gonna do it, bruh. It's time to boss the fuck up. All right, that's all you got left.
Boss up, nigga. Something been weighing on my mind heavy. And it's not just to the young niggas. It's to the ugly niggas, the undesirable niggas, the fucking desperate niggas.
Yeah, see, there it is. All right, so that's how we regulating it. We're going to regulate it that way. Dude, I'm here to tell you it's not going to work. Because in order to do that, you got to go somewhere to everybody's phone. You got to be able to break into everybody's phone to make sure those guys, or you would have to get a consensus of males, which is not going to happen, to stop buying OnlyFans. How would you go about that? The space is weakening by bringing in a weak argument. Because there's nowhere to go now. You're fucking boxed out. You would just have to hope to meet the women that are not doing it. I'm gonna beat the women that have no history of doing this, which is going to be tougher as time goes on, because we just don't have the economy. We don't have the economy. Women will reach to this in some form or fashion. All right, monetizing their marriage. The what do you call it? The girl that said she was the what did she call herself? She said she was the trophy wife girl. That's a form of monetization, right? She was the trophy wife girl. They're going to find a way to do it. And there's going to be a man that's going to line up to buy. So it's impossible to do that. It's impossible to come. And then, especially when you look like this, like, look at my guy. I mean, he doesn't look like the guy to solve the problem here. I'm going to solve the problem. And then he looks dusty. Look, guys, we're going to mess with the desperate guys. The desperate guys are not going to listen to you. They going to go jerk off to OnlyFans quick. Yeah. All right. Anyway, everything got a price at this point. It's hard. It's even hard for me. I'm just letting you know. It's hard for everybody to avoid it. And I'm looking at where men stand here economically. A lot of us are having to work multiple jobs. Right? You're having to work multiple jobs, or you're trying to spend a lot of time how to balance your work-life balance, which, you know, taking on a woman, pursuing a woman, taking her on dates, pursuing her for marriage, even marrying a woman seems like a lofty proposition. Just the idea of that, the idea of going out to pursue women, maybe putting yourself in front of positions of nightclubs or parties. Or this is a very time-consuming and costly endeavor. And let's just say you're trying to make extra money. Well, then you got a second job. You're delivering Uber Eats on part-time. How do you have time for that? So you got the dusty sitting around with time on their hands, waiting for everything to return back to a favorable position where the desperate men aren't controlling the marketplace, and the nerds and the lames and the tricks, and he's waiting for that. He ain't going to a second job. He's not going to a second job. We have the purchasing power of your dollar is losing value. You got $1 in the bank account, it's worth 89 cents the next day. So you can't be him because you're just sitting ducked in financially, you know. So you're on your grind, working one job, two jobs, trying to start a side business. You ain't got time to be pursuing a romantic relationship or a marriage. All right, it's the reality that we're doing. And remember, I'm the pragmatic guy. I'm just gonna tell you how it is. I'm not gonna lie, sugarcoat shit, and I'm not gonna give men false hope. And I'm 5-10 years ahead of where it is. I'm actually thinking where this is gonna be in 5 to 10 years. Traditional relationships are dead. When I say that, I'm talking about the majority. For the norm, the masses, it's dead. The people that are in one, they're in one. The people that got one, they got one. And the people that got one now, they're like partners now. They're not in the traditional girlfriend, boyfriend. They're partners. So you got to get into a partnership. You're not getting into this my girlfriend and I'm the man and she's the woman. That's dead. That's dead. Like that's a dying mindset. where the girlfriend's like, this is my girlfriend and this is my boyfriend. The women are introducing you, this is my partner. Right? So, yeah, I mean, that mindset is the very few people, as the years go by, will be participating in those type of relationships. Yep, they're going to live separately, and she's going to have her own world, and you're not going to be able to tell her what to do because she's her own woman, and she contributes her own money into the relationship, and then she just hopes you're traditional when she needs you. And then when that's done, all right, okay, I don't need you to be traditional now. Don't tell me what to do. You ain't my daddy. And then I'm going out here. All right. He says, my married peers are in partnerships. He says right here, it's a survival strategy from what I can tell, not romantic at all. Facts. Dude, man, I'm telling you, man. He sees it. He says, my married engaged peers are in partnerships. It's a survival strategy. From what I can tell, it's not romantic at all. Ooh, wee. That's why I look at relationships. For me, I don't see any benefit. I'm like, I don't see any benefit. What's wrong with my damn thing here? All right, my camera's adjusting because I'm standing up. When I stand close, I stand right here, apparently. But yeah, people that are in relationships now, it's more like partnerships. All right, you just partners and roommates and buddies, and you occasionally fuck each other. Sometimes you have marital sex and have babies, and women got to go to work. You know, they're not trying to be stay-at-home wives. Anybody disagree? Anybody disagree? When I'm saying this is dead, the traditional model of relationships are dead, I mean, as a social norm, the traditional boyfriend-girlfriend type relationship is dead. Like, if you started today, that's not what you're getting. Most likely, 60% chance you're getting a partnership. It's an actual factual. That's what you're engaging in. Man, it's tough. It's tough. Stay-at-home wives, dead. Because what likelihood, how can you stay at home? How can you support a stay-at-home mom today? Can you do this? Right here? All right. This is not possible where the woman stays at home and raises the kids. I mean, you're going to have to make $500,000 a year to be able to support something like that, or live in Midland, Texas, where the cost of living is super duper low, or you live in outside of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, or way in the outskirts of Paducah, Kentucky, and you got a fat wife or a meth wife. All right. Stay-at-home wives are dead. All right. Now, there are people that are today in marriages that there's a stay-at-home wife. All right. So in today's marriages, you can be like, no, that's not true, coach. I see stay-at-home moms all the time. Okay, yeah, those people have been married for 15 years. Those people have been married for 10 years plus. And they've been doing stay-at-home mom, wife shit. And when they met 5, 15 years ago and 20 years ago, they decided that that's what they were going to do. And so they exist today. I'm talking about today. If you met a girl today, are you getting a stay-at-home wife? Nope. You met a girl today. All right, today you're going to be my stay-at-home wife. What's the likelihood of that happening? Slim to none, and Slim just died. Am I tripping? I'm trying to help y'all. I'm only trying to help. You're not meeting a girl today, making her a stay-at-home wife. Dude, you're either going to have to be like white, conservative, traditional trad-con, right? Somewhere in Boise, Idaho, or something like that. Salt Lake City, Utah, like that. That's the only chance. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Midland, Texas, Odessa. That's it. Or Newport Beach, and you're a plastic surgeon making $250 starting off a year. Not on the West Coast. Not on the coastline. Not Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, Oakland, Los Angeles, Orange County, San Diego. That you can forget that shit. You can forget that. All right, so what I'm telling you is you guys are talking these old talking points. Women should do this and women should do that. But do we have a world that right? Do we have a world that can facilitate that? Do we have a world that facilitates we can monitor the simps online activities to not fund women in their monetized behavior? Can we monitor the tricks? Can we shame them? Can we make women great again and make them stay-at-home moms and forget their careers and degrees? No, that's done. It's cooked. If you were doing this today and we started off today and said, this is what we're going to do, y'all cooked. Cooked. And women don't want that. Women don't want to be like, okay, we're going to struggle and get it out the mud and build a family. And I'm going to stay at home and watch you struggle working, delivering Amazon. And then wait for you to climb up the ladder at UPS. And then you're on your part-time playing Grand Theft Auto, GTA, Vice City. And she watching you win at Final Fantasy. And she's waiting for you to blow up and y'all make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And so she could be a stay-at-home mom for your kids. I'm going to tell you no. That means the woman's monetized. She's going to go to work. It's cooked. All right. Cooked. So come up with something else. All right, Shan Elmore. Females rather have a guy and cheat on him than go back to the street life. And he says right here where they're single, especially since she had no kid to hold over him. Yep. So there it is right there. Well, she went to the Undertaker. But yeah, she'd rather cheat on the guy. So let's just go back to that story here. There is a story apparently where this woman appeared on the news show. Take a look at this. This is the killer right here appearing on the news show talking about catcalling.
It started. Sometimes it intimidates women on the street if a man says something like that to her. Do you understand?
I didn't realize that, to be honest with you.
Then he apologized.
If I made her feel uncomfortable, I apologize.
It's kind of like a disturbing feeling because I don't feel safe and I don't feel comfortable.
All right, and so this is what Shan Elmore was saying. She would rather go back to the streets. Well, she went to the Undertaker and she cheated on her husband. All right, were they married? I think they were married. Yep. So there she is, married. They have looks like they were doing decent. He was a decent income earner. Cheated on him and said, nah, man, I'm going to the Undertaker, man. No divorce for me. And so that's her right there talking about getting catcalled. They pulled her up on Twitter. Boy, man, the internet, Twitter is fast. There she is right there in her hoe-catching outfit. Leggings and tight form-fitting clothes, ass out, titties out. Hey, listen, we can't stop this. It's a wrap. Okay, it's all lost cause in terms of getting women to not put their assets out. There's too much benefit for them to not do it. All right, so she's a nice little, she looks short too. All right, short legs, short torso. She looks about 5'2". All right, she looks taller in this. What kind of model is this at 5'2"? All right, that's why I question whether she's a model. She doesn't have a body for her. Well, I mean, there's all kind of models, but she definitely is an Instagram model at best, a escort at worst. All right, so yeah, fishing for sugar daddies. Yeah, she probably had a whole bunch of that going on. Just like the other guy, he married the pageant winner, and she was a escort, and he made $500,000 a year. All right, it's tough. It's tough out here. When you're looking for attractive women, just know, man, there's not an attractive woman that you see that ain't monetized in some form or fashion. All right. And I'm talking about a 7 and up and 8 and up. All right. That woman can go on Instagram right now and get 800,000 followers if she probably don't have it already. You know, I know a woman who's married you don't mind me talking, do you? Just riffing. I know a woman that married a plastic surgeon, badass trophy wife. I mean, they live in a nice house, big suburban house, gated community. I won't tell what neighborhood, but it's in Newport Beach. Blondie, bad as hell, tight little body. I mean, gorgeous. She's stunning. All right, and he looks like he's about 14, 15 years older than her. And he comes out of the house with his surgeon shit on. He makes probably $500,000 a year. He's been making that probably for 20 years. Probably is his second wife. Bad. Looks like a goddamn picturesque. She decorates the house. She has a personal trainer, right? She raises the kids, always dressed, presented well, smiling, doting. Let me tell you something. In order to afford her, y'all niggas don't want to pay $100 a week for a regular wife. All right, I'm pretty sure she runs the tab up. He probably don't spend no money. Right? He probably done bought all the shit that he needed to buy. All right, everything that's purchased is on her account. Right? That's it. All right, so she gets her hair, makeup, nails, esthetician, vagina wax, facials. She gets the kids dressed up at Vineyard Vines and takes the pictures, and he just shows up smiling. He just shows up smiling. And let me tell you, she ain't free. She is not free, bruh. All right, he's spending mad money. All right, he probably got to look at his credit card statements at the end of the month being like, whoosh. But he got a trophy wife, and that woman is not coming up free. And she don't lift a finger. She don't got a job or nothing. All right, but yeah, he been making probably $500,000, $250,000 for a good 10, 15 years before he could get that pricey piece of trim. All right, and so he paying big dollars for that. And he don't care, yep. And she probably, I don't know what they do intimately. It ain't none of my business. All right, but they had 2 or 3 kids, and she gets dressed up, and she be right? She be having everything tucked in. She come out perfect, like Cinderella. I used to talk shit about her. She was super nice too, man. She was very nice. She wasn't stuck up, and she would be always ingratiating, smiling. That type of woman doesn't really exist today. Like, he got her 10 years ago. I would say now it's more like 15 years ago, 10 years ago. That type of woman doesn't exist. Like, the women that are looking to marry guys like that are fucking sugar babies, right? With bad attitudes, entitled, on the sugar baby marketplace, right? And they're preying on guys like that to try to replace this woman who's probably came up in a different era where they weren't predatory women out here like that. Like, most women are out here predatory, trying to finesse and finagle. All right. She was out there just saying, hey, I grew up in nice. I look good. I monetize it. I got a good husband. Today, there's just women out here just sharking and preying on men like that to try to finesse them and think they done with their money. Horrible attitude bitches. Right? That's just going to be like, I'm going to just get the soft girl era life type of thing. I'm going to just find me a rich guy and get the soft girl era. All right. Knowing her, she never came out with that. All right. She just kind of got into it, met the right person. She probably was a sorority girl, knew him, social network, put them together. All right. But today, women are just like clamoring to try to find these guys. And if she can't find those guys, then she out here with one Dusty and out here living her strong and independent life. Okay. All right. So it's bad out here for a lot, even the men that are in financial position. All they got is apex predators targeting them. They ain't got no nice women. All right. Or they got good looking women with duck lips and Botox shot up in the forehead, just hoping that you can cover their bills and expenses and debt. They don't got no women like, look, I'm looking to bring value to you and have your kids and live in your house and be a dutiful wife. There ain't none of them left. There's none of them women left. And if they are, you ain't getting them. Shout out to John. Jonathan says, Coach, when did you get glasses? He says, you blind or something? Just kidding. They look really nice. No diddy. Now, again, I'm going to say it again. These are gamer glasses. All right. These are gamer glasses. I wear contacts. This is what it is. I've been wearing them for 2 years on the private streams. I'm glad you can see them for the first time. For the private members, this is nothing new. This is my Sunday look. But for the people that are not on the private streams, welcome to CGA Sunday Look. But man, dude, I'm just telling you, the marketplace is not facilitating these things. And of course, when you live in different places, it's going to be different, right? You live in a different area, it's going to be different. But it's not what y'all think, bruh. It's not what y'all think. It ain't out there. Let's just say you are a, you don't mind me riffing. Let's just say you're a guy that you're in college right now. What women today, college age, are not exposed to Instagram, TikTok, OnlyFans, that are ready to be dutiful wives, that are college age today, that in 2, 3, 5 years, they're looking to start a family, be a dutiful wife, and that is attractive, and that will benefit you so that you can earn lots of money and support her, where she ain't distracting you with her fucking executive assistant job. What percentage of women today exist like that? That ain't trying to hustle and sell feet pictures on the side and trying to date up and trying to go to soft girl era and trying to get her law degree. And trying to be a dutiful wife and faithful and ain't fucking right now and they maintaining their virginity and virtuousness and trying to meet a guy like you that work at Denny's. You a dishwasher at Denny's. I'm trying to wake you bitches up that ain't trying to be on Instagram and be in the video showing you her socks and showing her ass and titties, that ain't walking around in tight-fitting clothes with their ass out. Not trying to be a model. Where the thing? I'm just trying to help y'all out. She ain't walking around like this whenever chance she can get. That didn't vote for Kamala. Yeah, that voted for Trump. Trying to preserve masculinity. Ain't trying to pop off on TikTok. Today, them women don't exist in America. Them women don't exist. At best, you're going to get a woman out here that's going to try to make it until 28, 30, 32, right around that age, all right? And then she going to turn that shit in.
And that's you.
At best. That's the best possible scenario. By the time she hit 28 and hit wherever salary she at, her 80,000, 70,000, she gonna work, fish upstream, and then eventually she gonna be like, oh man, I gotta do this for another 30, 40 years, better husband up.
And that's you.
That's the best y'all gonna get. The worst y'all gonna get is a former sugar baby, a former Instagram model, a former escort, a former OnlyFans girl, a washed up woman, a single mother. That's the best possible shit you gonna get. A woman that was out here in these streets. And don't be broke. Don't be broke. She gonna be overweight, past her prime. I mean, I'm not trying to ridicule the women. That's what I'm saying. They pull that out at 32, 35, then they start making that pivot. That is today's woman. About 60% of women are that woman today. They ain't the woman that we're talking about. Yep, former stripper. You don't even know. She started stripping early in life. You don't know. You ain't going to know nothing about her life prior to 2015. Nothing. It's going to be just a mystery. Shout out to our brother Michael R. Says, hey, coach, agree with everything you say, but that economy is going to boom like crazy under Trump. How do you think that's going to impact the dating marketplace? Well, let's just say the economy booms, which we talked about on Money Mindset. If the economy booms, you still got to change and unravel the last 4 or 5 years of damage that has happened, right? So the economy booms, but most people, the boom doesn't catch up initially. It takes a while for people to catch up, a couple, 2 or 3 years. So, by 2027. But now you got women that have been on OnlyFans and monetized dating. It just doesn't shift the marketplace that fast. Okay. It doesn't change what happened. It's kind of like we put the Pandora's boxes open. It doesn't mean everybody, everybody starts not doing these things. All right. Well, they'll still do it. And the economy will boom. And we did this on Sunday. The economy will boom, but only a certain people are going to win. I think people are really, really in terrible shape that they'll never recover. They don't know that yet. Leon L. says, keep bringing the heat, coach. The tough men will be purified through the fire and the Mitches can get roasted. Yep. We need to separate the men from the boys. It's time to have that conversation. A lot of red pill guys don't want to do that because they're going to lose their audience. They fear losing their audience, so they want to lie to men. We're gonna win because the women are gonna lose. That's the message. And so when they kind of preserve their audience and not telling men the truth, Caitlin says, I know this will happen, but coach, do you think the issue of cheating and having multiple baby mamas being unmarried would be neutralized if polygamous marriages were legalized more so for the rich and famous? Well, I don't think that'll happen though. We'll never legalize these things. All right, they'll just be things. It's kind of like prostitution will never be legalized. It just will be decriminalized. Polygamy will never be recognized. It'll just be accepted as a social norm. All right. Oh, they're in a polyamorous relationship. It'll never be legal, though. The only way it could possibly be legal is if we get into the job benefits, which they've already done that. They've already allowed polygamous marriages or relationships to be included on job benefits, where you can add 2 people on in certain states. All right, but they'll never legalize these things. If they do, it'll be not in my lifetime, but it'll just be decriminalized and people will look the other way and people will not make judgments. Oh, okay, well, you got that going on. But decriminalizing it is just kind of where we'll go. So nobody will be punished for having a poly relationship. Like Neo's testing that out now. A lot of people are balking at it. Some people will then become to accept it, like gay people. If you understand what gay people went through, that's how they went through it. People used to be gay. Oh, man, that was like a stain. All right? Nevada prostitutes are legal, but not in the entire state. It's only in states that have a certain population. It can't be over a certain population. I don't know what the number is. I think it's 10,000 or 20,000. And there may be restrictions on some alcohol sales and that type of thing. All right, but not the entire state. It's only in certain counties. So don't come to Nevada thinking it's legal. All right, you got to be in a certain area. It's got to be a certain small population, and you give up some rights related to, I believe, gambling and alcohol. But I don't know the entire scenario. So Las Vegas is not legal. All right, Las Vegas has over the number that would make it a place where it's still illegal. However, everybody knows what's happening. I've never heard of a police thing that has started knocking people down in Las Vegas. I mean, everybody knows it's happening. And they pretty much can advertise it up and down the strip. And they got dudes out there with cards. Nobody's busting these people. So it's essentially what you would call decriminalized. So, yeah, it's not legal. All right. But that's where we'll enter into it. It'll just be looked the other way or accept it. Oh, you guys have an alternative lifestyle. We got a sister in here. Sister, I know you waited a long time. Shout out to Teresa, says just supporting. Thank you for waiting for a very long time. You donated a long time ago, and I went out of order on my chats. So, Teresa, appreciate you. Sister, you've been on my mind. Sister. All right. Have I been to the Bunny Ranch? No. I've never been to the Bunny Ranch. If you know anything about that system over there, the premiums are high. All right. I just stay at the JUCO. All right. The price over there, they're expensive. All right. And way too more expensive for what I'm getting. All right. And the effort it takes to go out there. Now, if you just wanted to take a field trip, I guess. All right. And just out of curiosity, I probably will do it out of curiosity, but no. Shout out to Justin G says, did you know that there are a male stripper show on IMDb? How many women do you think will start watching that show? Old women. All right. Old women seem to watch shit like that. All right. I don't think young women would watch stuff like that in my mind. I do have a catch up, man. This is going to be a long show. We're going to do it though. Did I get Paul C? Rob says, fellas, listen to CGA. Women are in survival mode. He says, and it will get worse. Women are even showing up in tech events to find men. You are free. Have fun and be successful villain you were meant to be. Leverage equals options and complaining equals settling for trash women. I'm surprised, Rob the villain, that men are not accepting this freedom. All right. Men don't know men only have one thing. They want love and they want it for free. That's the only game y'all playing. And I'm saddened that this is where it's turned down to. You guys are free. You guys are free to have copious amounts of intercourse with a variety of women for the first time in the history of mankind. You can get on an airplane. You can get on a goddamn small tuna can and fly over the Atlantic Ocean and fuck anybody that's walking and breathing. All right, as long as they willing to drop trowel. Did y'all free? But y'all like, these women out here cheating and they won't be faithful and stay married. And they won't love us and they're making us pay. Did you can get on a plane like Old News himself. You can fly around the world, 30 countries. You can get American women to drop trowel. All right, right now. American women will be like, dude, my phone be blowing up. Hey, daddy.
Get him, daddy.
American women be like, hey, daddy, you got some of that rent? All right, come on over. The fuck? But I don't want to pay for it. I'll never pay. All right, well, you're paying anyway, but go ahead. Go off. I want to work hard for it, and I want pussy for merit. I'm going to be a good guy, and she's going to give it to me because she likes me. Well, all right. If that's what you want to do, you still want to play that game. All right, here we go right here. But if it wasn't for Chad and Tyrone, I'll have more women to sleep with. He says they only hitting Coach because he got clout and resources. Oh, no, really? Oh, is that what it is? Say it ain't so. They're only hitting me up because I have clout and resources? Damn. So that means they really don't like me? They don't want me for me? You mean the punani that ain't getting wet? They don't like me? You mean they're using me? You mean they don't think I have game? You mean I'm not handsome? You mean they're lying to me? Oh no. I thought they liked me for me. I thought I was getting my salami wet with their snail trail because she liked me. Oh no, I'm gonna lose sleep. You mean when I bust my nut, they don't like me? When I bust on their feet, when I finish on their feet, they only doing that because I have clout and resources? Say it ain't so. Right? What am I gonna do? I don't know what I'm gonna do to move forward. You mean when I bust in their hair, they didn't really want me for me? You think I care? Right here. Do you think I care? All right. I don't care. Jesus. All right. He said he was joking. Of course, he's joking. All right. Shout out to Justin O, man. He says, have you heard the story about Hannah Kobashi? Originally, she was missing. Now the police found her crossing Mexico, saying she voluntarily left her home. JUCO activity detected. Not in Mexico, though. She might have been on some, I don't know, a drug binge. I wouldn't go to Mexico for that one. Shout out to Rob the Villain, man. Women are in survival mode. All women are in survival mode, man. I mean, it's bad out here. Shout out to the resurrected Simp Enforcer. Says, CGA, my baby mama terrorist just admitted to me that she had to intervene between one of her Simp Enforcers from coming to Skitty Pop Pop my house after confronting her about disrespecting me. She also told me that she told me she seen Pookie Pop Ninjas. Shaking my head, I recorded her. Should I take her to court? Absolutely. The resurrected Simp Enforcer says the reason women want men to pay 100% of the bills is because they know that one factor that highly benefits them in a divorce. Right here, it's time spent with the children. Men are at work most of the day, so that automatically screws the men who are trying to do the right thing. Yep, that's the case. And so, but by the way, the courts don't penalize you for that anymore if you fight. So what the woman will say is, I'm a stay-at-home mom most of the time, or I pick the kids up from school. He doesn't. He's at work. He's not available to pick up the school. The courts don't go for that anymore. All right. So women, if you guys think that's going to work, trust me, that doesn't work as much as it works anymore. As long as the man fights and puts up for a battle in most places, you'll get your 50-50 custody. In some cases, if you were married and divorced, you'll get your 50-50. If it's a baby mom, it's going to be a little bit more of an uphill battle generally. If it's a woman you didn't marry and you're in that position and you live separately, it's going to be a little harder for you typically, but you'll still get your parenting time. You just got to fight. You got to pay the piper. You got to get a lawyer. You got to build your case. You got to provide evidence. You can't be lazy. You got to put your paperwork in. And you got to pay your pussy fee. All right. You got to pay your lawyer. All right. So a lot of dudes don't want to do that. And that's why men get screwed in custody, because y'all don't want to pay. The biggest thing I'm hearing is that men don't want to pay. And not just for women. You don't want to pay for nothing. You don't want to pay for anything. You don't want to pay for a grip. Everything's a grift to you. Everything's a scam to you. The lawyers don't work. They just finessing you. Y'all niggas don't want to pay. All right. These women are right. Most of y'all broke dusties. You want free advice and you want men to help you for free and give you the game. You want to use your mouthpiece. You don't want to pay. Men don't want to pay for shit. So they go into divorce court and they get reamed. All right. Then you get fucked. Well, I don't want to pay for a lawyer. I don't want to pay $800 an hour. Okay, nigga. Well, listen, you're going to pay either way. So I don't know what you don't want to pay the lawyer. You're going to pay child support. All right. So listen, you don't want to pay the lawyer. Go ahead and save that money and get your five hours of custody per week. And you're going to pay it all in child support. You're going to pay. So I don't want to pay a lawyer. You're going to walk in the courtroom and they going to give you visitation supervised. And your bitch ass going to pay it all back in child support. This the game y'all play. This is a game y'all play with these women and you think it's free. You're going to pay either way. There ain't no getting around it. I figured out the system, luckily, and I'm trying to put y'all up on game. There ain't free lunches out here. Despise the free lunch. This shit is a pay-for-play system. You can't even play NBA 2K right now without putting no plunking no money down on the damn game. Everything's pay-for-play. College football is pay-for-play now. It used to be free. Now them niggas get paid. The Olympics used to be out there, amateur Olympics, flipping and swimming and dunking basketballs for free. Then they said we wanted to win. Oh, you want to win? You got to pay up. Now the Olympians getting paid. You want to fuck? Pay. You want to get married? Girlfriend? Pay. You want to play COD? Pay. You want to watch YouTube? Pay, nigga. Or watch the commercials. It's pay for play out here. The game is to win. You want to win? Pay. You got to get around that pay shit because, look, I tried to play that free shit for as long as I could. Then I had to realize everything monetized. Ninja, so I'm going to have to go get my bag up. That's what it is. That's what it is. You go to a food truck. Yep, travel, pay. Travel up. I'm gonna get cheap girls in the Philippines. Well, you about to pay travel tickets and hotel and a whole bunch of bot when you get to Thailand. Pay. There's nothing for free anymore. They figured out how to monetize everything. Okay. They figured out everything is monetized. Y'all can't even watch the playoffs without cable no more. Football playoffs, basketball playoffs. You're going to need cable, streaming. Then they put the shit on Amazon Prime. All right, now you got a game. Oh, fuck, the Raiders playing the Chiefs on Thanksgiving. You turn up. Oh, wait, what? Shit's on Amazon Prime. Pay. Pay. Y'all pay for water. Water used to be free. Now y'all won't even drink the free water. They got y'all conditioned to not even drink the free water. They got y'all conditioned to throw away pay water and then go through the airport screening and buy more pay water. And they turned out and they took out all the water fountains and all of that shit. So you're like, fuck it, I ain't going to do nothing. I'm going to bring a bottle to the airport and then fill it up with the water fountain. Now you can't even find a water fountain. Where the water fountain at? Jesus. You better catch up. Catch up, bro. This is it. They told y'all, hey, man, we don't even need cable now. We got all these apps. Guess what? You got all the apps, and they more expensive than cable. And then you still got cable. So you got cable and 15 apps that amount to $700 a month. Because everything on some other app. Peacock, Amazon Prime, Netflix, Tyson Fight. You ain't getting around the shit. You better have some brothers. And then Netflix took off the ability for you to share your password. Because that's what people were doing. Let me get your Netflix password. They kicked that out. Now you got to get up on there. Shit. I figured that out. I was like, oh boy. All right. Hey, look, ain't no getting around it. Yep. Hulu Sports. Bruh. Step your game up. Ain't no getting around it, ninja. The more you fight it to get around it, the more you're gonna run into another wall. Another wall. All right. You're eventually gonna run out of turns. Shout out to our brother Dinero Tranquillo says, spit that shit, CGA. I'm trying to help y'all. Please understand, I'm trying to help. The pimped out platypus, I was taking notes earlier. So if I got FUBU shoes, Tommy Bahama shirts, and Tommy Hilfiger polo shirts, and Tommy Bahama shorts, and a fedora, I will be ready to hit these streets. Thanks, coach, for putting me up in the game. Shout out to the pimped out platypus. You'll be good. Shout out to Cali West. I left A Ventura Mall, and every female worker in JD Sports had some black tight leggings that the woman who got catcalled was wearing. I almost had to pay for looking too hard. Sex sells. This game is monetized, even to buy shoes. Yep. And you think you can pull a woman out of a job today? All right, you see a girl, she working at JD Sports. She was like, what's up, baby? What's up? Let me pull you up out of here. She like, no. All right, nope. Shout out to our brother here, Coach, sipping Jamba Juice out of the straw. Says, Coach, those glasses are drying up peace sleeves, making you look dusty as hell. Use Top View blue light blocker contact lenses. All right, I don't know about that. All right, I don't know about that. All right, hey man, women love old men. Don't let them lie to you, ladies. Tell them, ladies. Tell them.
Get him, daddy.
Grizzly Adams, coach, my divorce was finalized today. 23 years, but at 53, it's free agent lifestyle all the way. You speak 100% facts about marriage today, and your scenarios are accurate. Both six-figure earners. She makes more than me, no child support, and she'll pay me $4K a month for 10 years. Sheesh. Woo! Damn. Wait, you both earn six figures, but she makes way more than you. No child support. She'll be paying you $4K a month in 10 years. See, these are the things I talk about. The system, the laws, work the same against men and women. It is whoever the primary earner is. And women typically don't get in positions where they earn significantly more than men. And when they do, they get fucked. They get fucked like men do. It's typically that women don't put themselves in this position to do so. And there you go. 23 years of marriage. He got alimony and he locked in $4K a month. Ooh, you know she pissed right now. You know she pissed. Hey, man, the marriage laws don't benefit anybody. The marriage laws don't favor the primary earner. Now, men are normally the primary earner, but since women are trying to hustle and make their money, they're finding themselves on the wrong side of the law. All right. And so, yes, this is a fact. Shout out to you.
City boy! City boy!
Sheesh. All right. All right.
I got money. Gotcha, bitch.
Man, congratulations on your divorce being finalized. And ladies, that's how the game's played. And we got NGN says, can you explain the origins and purpose of guys trying to get waves in their hair? I never understood why some guys were obsessed brushing their hair throughout the day. Again, girls. All right, that's all you got to say. This is a good hair thing. So men, when you have waves, it is seen that you possibly are maintaining your hair and you have good hair. All right. And so waves came from, it came out of the Afro phase into the teeny weeny Afro into the Jerry curl. And the waves were a cheap Jerry curl. Right. It was a way to get a Jerry curl without getting, well, there was S curls in between the waves. All right. So there was Jerry curl, then S curls. S curl was the cheap Jerry curl. And then when the haircuts got lower, then you got the waves. So it's just a way to show that you got good maintenance skills. And mostly to get the girls. All right. The girls love the waves. Look at, I got wavy hair. I got good hair. You basically are stretching your naps. All right. So we have kinky hair and you're stretching the hair. And the hair is naturally wavy because it's curled. All right. And so what you're doing is cutting the hair just so as low as you can stretch your naps out. And put enough pomade in it to make it stale. See, barber news, barber by CGA. Barber by CGA. But you're basically stretching your kinky hair out and putting enough pomade in your hair and brushing it so that the curls don't nap up again. And then if you do this and cut your hair in a certain pattern enough, it'll stay wavy. 360 waves in the house. All right. Yes, indeed. All right. So you need a lot of hair pomade. All right. And so you need to keep brushing those naps straight. And he has, why do most men hate being free? Wait, why do most men hate being free due to feminism and wish to go back to a time where men were forced to directly support women, aka be their pet wallets? By the way, I was joking. Shout out to, he says, men in Asia are happy. I don't care if she likes me. Just how she treats me. That's Skylar, 1MT. Dude, yeah, man. I mean, this whole thing about the woman got to like you and stuff. I mean, dude, you guys got to realize most women do not like y'all, period. Most women barely like men. I'm of the opinion that women don't like men at all. Like, anybody want to disagree with me? All right, women do not like men. They don't like y'all. All right. Now, they might like you more than another guy, but you're a means to an end. Like, you are serving some purpose to her. And she likes that. That's what she likes. Whatever that purpose is you serve. The minute you stop doing that thing, naturally, she's going to stop liking you. That's how I look at it. And I'm talking about 40, 50 years of life experience telling you this. They don't like you. All right, they don't like you. Like, if women liked you, they will literally stop and talk to every man they see. Like, they wouldn't be able to get through the day. They would just be like, hi. They would be walking down the street. Hi, guys. Hi, talk to me, guys. Right? They do the opposite. They will walk past your ass and act like you didn't even exist. Now, the only time they like a person is if that person either is doing something that she wants or she's attracted to that person. But even if she's attracted and the guy, attracted to that guy and the guy says the wrong thing, she don't like him. She don't like him. Say you were like gorgeous, a gorgeous guy, and you were standing there like this, all gorgeous. And then she walked up to you and she says, "Hi, gorgeous man." And you walked out and you start talking. A-da-ba-do-ba-da-ba-da-ba. She would be like, "Never mind." Peace leave would dry up. She didn't expect you to start stutter. Or you laugh like Gargamel. She'd be like, "I'm out. That's that. Fuck that." Right? You could be that most handsome guy in the world and they'd be like, "Oh." All right. But if you were dangerous and you were standing there all gorgeous and she walked up, you were like, "What's up, baby? How you doing?" Uh-huh. You know, "I fuck girls like you for lunch." All right. She'll be like, all right, my thing is to tell you, bruh, they don't like you. They find things and reasons to like you. Why should I like this guy? All right. He's handsome. All right, I know a lot of handsome guys. Okay, he fucks decent. I know a lot of guys that fuck decent. He got a car. All right, I know a lot of guys that got a car. He got a nice car. All right, I guess. What else? He's stable economically. I know a couple of guys like that. What else? Like, you literally, they go through all this, find reasons to like you. And they got to have a bunch of them. And it's all not predicated on like you were just had some tremendous game. Some women will deal with that until they're like 22 and they'll grow up. All right, they're going to have to be like, "What? He took me on a shopping spree. He got an open wallet. He generous. He's doing," they got to have a reason. And it ain't you. It's what you're doing for them. It's how you make them feel. He listens to me. He cuddles me. He holds me. He takes me shopping. He takes me to dates. Like, let's say she likes a guy and she likes a guy. She's like, "I'll give him a chance." And she said, let's go to lunch. Let's go to dinner. And you go, "No, I ain't taking you to lunch or dinner." What's going to happen? Gone. You won't even get to the date. You're not Channing Tyrone. You're just a guy who like, "Hey, I'm interested in you, baby." She'll be like, "Okay, yeah, I see something about you. Let's meet." All right. You be like, "Okay, what you want to do? Why don't you pop on by real quick?" Gone. She going to put your ass on delay. She leaving your ass on red. She's like, "Damn, you came at me like that?" Red. Am I not lying? So even then, if she likes you, she's like, "Okay, do something else. Show me that you're safe. Show me that you're respectable. Show me that you are willing to." So do they like you? The answer is clearly no. They like what you're doing. Yep. They like what you're doing, how you're making them feel. That's why they're with you. There's something that's the attraction. The very minute you stop doing that thing, whatever that thing is that she decided, stop doing it, they will stop liking you quickly. It will be mind-boggling at the levels of speed that she will stop liking you. And you'll be like, "What? Where did she go? What did I do?" So did you get less handsome? Did you get uglier? Did you get fat? No, none of them things happen. You just stop doing that thing. Stop scratching that itch. And then curtains, wrap. She will pivot. You stop doing that thing. Cooked. Shout out to our brother here. M Competition. Naive passport bros think women in Asia are still old-fashioned, loyal, and submissive. Little do they know, if the girl has a smartphone, she's going to monkey branch eventually. The game has evolved and been stepped on. That's the whole thing about Filipinas. I mean, I date a lot of Filipinas and Asian women, and these are women from that country, right? So they were born there, and stuff like this. Let me just give you the scoop. Okay, they got Instagram too, bruh. And some of them, you know, there's a penalty to pay. Some of them have OnlyFans. Now, they made me making $800 a month, but in the Philippines, that's a jackpot. All right. In Thailand, that's a jackpot. 800 American dollars showing a little poon is a jackpot. They got phones and Instagram and social media over there. Now, do they have the time for it? And do they have access to Bluetooth and Wi-Fi all day long? No. But they got it. All right. They got it. So, like, the third world nations are cooked. All right. I mean, Brazil typically doesn't have access to certain things and OnlyFans and shit like that. So they ain't as cooked. All right. But they cooked. The only traditional women in these places, and I've been to a few of them, and I'm going to go to a lot more of them. The only traditional places are the provinces out in the wild. But trust me, somebody been touching on them since they was 14 and 15 too. So they've been getting throttled since then as well. So there's nothing of that going on. And by the way, if you're going to get a traditional woman in these areas, I'm going to tell you this, and people won't tell you this. They're going to be 14 or 15 years old. All right. That's what they're going to do. You got to go snatch up a teenager, and you got to have to go there and plead to their parents to take this woman out the province. And she's going to live in muck and mire and dirt and shit like that. Now, if you go to any city, Manila, Angeles in the Philippines, Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam, you're going to the main places, cooked. Them women cooked, bruh. Angeles cities in the Philippines. Them girls selling pussy at 13 in Angeles City in the Philippines. Getting pregnant by Koreans and Australians, 14. Walking the streets. No shoes on. Playing basketball with no shoes. Look it up. And by the way, that's straight intel from someone I know from the Philippines, right? And she lived in the Philippines as a youngster. All right, she telling me that's going on. She was like, oh, shit, I can take you to places where they got minors selling it, getting pregnant and shit. And the travelers going in. And that's a little too much information for the internet because they ain't going to tell you that. And I looked it up and it's real. It's real. So if you hear somebody say that that's where they're going, they're not going to get no 26-year-old Filipino when they go over there. They're going to get some. All right. That's all I'll say. So just wake up to the reality out there, man. That traditional shit is dead worldwide. And anybody saying it's traditional women out there, I guarantee you it's an older woman in that land. It's an older woman. She says, I'm traditional. And I guarantee you, you go to the Philippines, it's a traditional woman. She going to be 28 with 2 kids. Right? She going to be what they call leftover and washed up. And you going to go over there and fall for a hook, line, and sinker. She going to be washed according to their locals. I'm like, her? And you going to come over? Yeah, she cooks and cleans for me. Right, anyway. There's some 18-year-olds out there that'll do it, and they stick you for your paper. They'll stick you for your paper, bro. I mean, they're not going to go over there and be like, I don't want any money. I just want love. They will run your money dry. Anyway. And that girl, look, we going late. Y'all don't mind, do you? Because, look, let me show you this. Traditional repackaged for facts. She going to be a repackaged traditional. And you ain't going to know none of her history. None. You ain't going to know nothing. You ain't going to barely speak the language to do no recon. There ain't no yearbooks in high school to look back on. Nothing. And they gonna act nice. And that's how they gonna get your ass. And they gonna pick your pockets. Pick your pockets dry. Where's my girl here? I always show you this girl. By the way, Philippines is very big. Oh, here she is right here. Remember this girl right here? 18? There she is. All right. I got a Filipina chick that looked just like this.
I'm like that.
Yeah?
And it's me in the top.
So you stay here. This is your place here in the top? And is it easy to find a good guy here in Bohol?
Wait. Okay. So.
Do you have a...
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Woo, wait. Now that's, I got a Filipina chick that looked like this. She's a little lighter skin. By the way, yeah, darker skin, that don't help her out over there as much. But she gorgeous, little woman. I think she's 18, right? I think she said she was 18. What did we learn about her? Right? What did we learn about her? She's a single mother. She's a single mother. All right. So you leave in America because all you got is single mothers and leftover women. You touch down. You got her. She 18 living in a fucking hut in a hovel. All right. But we found out that some Ricky Tan, Tutoy, all right, some Filipina ninja knocked her up already at 16 and 15. Already a single mom, all right, by a Filipino guy. But you're going to come over there and trick off on her and show her a life. Look at how she lives. You're going to show her a life that this woman was never going to get until you showed up tricking. Right? And I don't mind it. Hey, listen, do what you do. I'm not saying. What I'm saying is she had no chance in hell. She had just the Filipino guy that knocked her up and disappeared, skedaddled. Her mother raising her kid. She lives in a hut. She makes $400 a month. You're going to go over there and buy her a house, put her up, and give her a life that she dreamed of. Possibly bring her back here, and she going to cheat on your ass. Soon as she get over here, she going to cheat on your ass. She going to say, hot damn, you moved me out of this shit. I left my kid over there. She going to get knocked up. 1, 2, 3 kids. Run your pockets. Run your pockets dry. And you going to think you landed on heaven. Right? I found the perfect woman. She traditional. She cook and clean. Oh, really? Is that what she doing in this little piece of shit that she living in? Is this cooking and cleaning? I bet you she don't know how to cook or clean nothing but rice. All right. She ain't cleaning this shit up. All right. Anyway, she been in the streets since 13 in Angela City. She already pregnant and have a kid. Already pregnant and have a kid. All right. I'm not saying y'all shouldn't do it. All right. Because I would come over there and put something on her too. Yep. She go get that green card and it's cooked rap. You going to see how traditional it is when she get up over here and she want to go to the nightclub when she turned 21. You done brought her over here. All right. And she going to hit the nightclub. She going to be like, shit, I want to be out there in Vegas, coach. Coach, I want to be outside. We in Vegas. Can I go downtown? Because my Filipinas in Vegas, they outside. They outside. Right now. All right, they 24, 22, 23, they outside. And then you're going to bring her over here and say, she going to be like, I can go to this nightclub. And she going to be staying up late at night. And she going to tuck your ass in. She going to tuck your ass in. And she going to head down to the Chandelier Bar. Yeah. And then you ain't going to see her. She going to come home 2, 3 in the morning. Then just done put game in her ear and then just tricking on her real quick, putting big fat dough in her pockets. Where you get all that money from? You trying to keep her kept in the house. She going to pull a domestic violence and pull the Violence Against Women Act on you, and it's cooked. All right? Yep.
What kind of fuck you give me?
Cooked. All right, Ninja, you done brought her over here looking like this at 18, 19, and by 21, 22, divorced. Right? She gonna get over here and she gonna hit them streets. Take me here, take me there. You gonna show her the lay of the land, and she gonna figure that shit out. Don't get me started, man. Ain't no fantasies out here, bruh. Shout out to Black Will says, while in middle school, me and my homie ran a train on some girl, no homo, but it was at that moment that I noticed that all men are not created equally. He says that was the last time doing that shit, but now we are close to 50 and she's still out here acting a fool. Same girl. Same girl. Woo. Still out here in these streets. Okay.
In these streets.
He said, Coach said, been that way, Coach. Military dude messing up, pulling these girls. Been that way. That's what people have to understand about these areas. Okay. It been this way since the 30s. And even before that. It's been this way. Okay. The men been getting off boats. Military dudes been pulling this shit since the 1960s. Same women, same shit since the 60s and the 50s. Korean War, Vietnam War. They would go over to Thailand to get some R&R from Vietnam. They just been doing this since the 80s, since the base been over there. Into the 90s. Dude, what? Hey, man. Dude, I'm sorry I'm going so long today. But I got stories and I feel hyped by standing up. When I was a young guy in the 80s, I remember dudes coming back with dude, I watched a documentary on this too. I remember men having young Asian wives. Now, in my mind, I didn't realize these women were young. All right, but these men came back with PTSD and Agent Orange, and ninjas was, you know, all kind of frizzled and frazzled from the Vietnam War type shit. And these men came back with wives, little Vietnamese wives like this with bowl cuts. Never talked, never addressed you, couldn't say shit to them, barely could speak English. Now, what people don't know is a lot of them were young, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Not all of them. Look at Tiger Woods' daddy. I mean, he brought one back too, but that's neither here nor there. These were war brides. These were women that when they was over there, they were 14, 15, and 16, and they was war briding them, knocking them up. Look it up. It's on YouTube. YouTube, they'll tell you the story. They said they would come back to the barracks and it would be a young young Vietnamese girl, and they would all had war bride shit. All want a young Vietnamese girl sitting on the bed waiting for them when they come back. They said they overlooked that shit. They said, hey, it's part of war. That's what we did. And it was not just the American soldiers. It was the UK, the Germans, all of them was over there feasting. Some of them brought some of these women back. And these women, like I was young. I didn't realize these women were young. But a lot of these women were young women. So you got a man coming back from the military, serving a couple tours. He come back 26 with a 16, 17-year-old Vietnamese. His wife. This was in the 80s. Sometimes these women were 19, 20. Spoils of war. Look it up on YouTube. They'll talk about it. They talk about what happened, man. Shit is wild. Yep, Koreans, all of them was doing it and taking a woman, war brides. He said they served their country. I don't want to put the veterans down, but look it up. And I remember seeing this in the 80s. Dudes coming back, black dudes, white dudes coming back with little Vietnamese women. Okay, and they was coming back. They brought them back over here. Wife, kids. But what I didn't realize when I was 10, 11, 12, 13, that these women were 18, 19, 20, 16, 17. They met them when they was 16 over there. Brought them back when they was barely 18. But that shit been going on since the 80s or 90s. So y'all running over there in 2025, late to the party. He says, no twerking on the ground. Them women that have no choice. It was like, you know how Asian women walk? They walk on their toes. All right. All right. Shit been going on for decades. All right, so nah. I'm putting too much. He says I'm a veteran coach. Stop bringing politics. Hey, the veterans are like, hey, coach, shut the fuck up. You know how Asian women walk on their toes? All right. Filipino walk like Filipinas got a certain walk where they just be like, all right, but other Asian women been walking on their toes and shit. All right. Anyway, yep. Strong ass cat. Yeah, this is like CGA.
Shut up.
Oh man. All right. Anyway. Just be following you. Shout out to our brother Rational Rationality. Says most of these skeezers are broke. I make $225K a year as a PAC. Own my house outright. He says land, a truck, and 2 used daily drivers. And he says live modestly and invest. Still here-ish from Strags that live at home with their mom, smell like corn nuts, and are addicted to TikTok at 28. For sure. Right here. For sure, man. And if you're a guy like that, you're in the top 5% of earners in America. Certainly the top 10%. And them women be bothering you. All right. I done put the military veterans on notice. They gonna be like, no more Veterans Day for you, coach. All right. You looking at some of your fathers like some of your fathers and granddads. But yeah, man, a lot of women out here are down bad. And they don't have guys, there's no solution for them. Listen to me when I tell you. A lot of these women are waiting for like a job to come save their life. I'm going to wait for a 100K job. I know 2 women like this right now. I stopped talking to them, but their goal is to make 100K. Like they're interviewing for jobs that are like 100K jobs. Like the most they've ever earned was 80K, 75K. They're literally looking, dude, the job market is cooked. They're literally like, well, I'm going to get a job that makes 100K. And dude, that the motherfucking repo man is outside. Nigga, the repo man is outside their door right now. And they just waiting, like I'm doing job interviews. I'm looking, I'm out here posting resumes and shit. I'm like, bruh, ring the bell, Nick. All right. And I'll be like, all right, grab them ankles real quick. I got to solve you. We going to get the repo man fixed today. All right. I'm going to call the repo man off tonight. Come here. These are 8s, man. These are 8s. These are fine ass women out here, bruh. Fine women. That I would ninja cold approach them in the 90s. They would look me up and down. Right now, I'm like, come here. All right, no repo man. Hey, I would call the repo man. Hey man, I got you, bro. I got you, man. Yeah, take your truck back. She got it. All right, yeah, I got it. I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna log into her account right now. Fine ass women like this. I'm like, God damn, this is the best time in history to be a man in America. and then ugly chicks trying to give me the, I'm like, all right, ugly chicks trying to be like, you have to prove your love to me, prove that you really like me. Nah, I think not. NGN, even with video games, modern video games, you don't even own the game. You just have a temporary license to play them unless the game is DRM free. He says even single player games will require you to be online. Dude, you don't even own games. You don't own everything you got is pay for play and rented. If you can't get online to play Madden, you shit out of luck. Right? You shit out of luck, bro. I mean, we are in a pay-for-play world today. Everything is monetized. We have corporatized, if that's a word, everything. You get on NBA 2K and don't pay, your players rated 60. 60. Them ninjas can't dribble. You can't even pass the ball inbounds to them ninjas without kicking it off their foot. That's the free level game. And that's if you online. Right? Y'all don't own shit out here, bro. It's a pay-for-play world. Nothing for free no more. They used to be able to do shit for free. All right. They'd be like, we have a free concert in the park. You used to be able to go there, sit there. All right. Damn, they playing music for 3 hours on the Sunday. Then you go to free music on the park. All right. I'm going to go to free music in the park. Let's go. Let's go to free music in the park. And you going to get there and they going to have 8 fucking food trucks lined up. And they going to have fans. And they got to have all that goddamn cooked food blowing in your direction. And people coming out with churros and nachos and burritos and tacos and shit. All right. And you trying to enjoy the free music. They coming out with popcorn and cotton candy. All right. And you sitting there. And your kids like, Daddy, I'm hungry. All right. Yeah, that's all right. We got some shit. We'll get some shit when we get home. But I want some of that cotton candy. They got cotton candy and SpongeBob popsicles and funnel cakes and nachos and shit like this. And yeah, we don't need none of that stuff. You finally give in. You go to one of them food trucks. You order one sandwich and an order of fries and a drink. $70. $70 fucking dollars.
Gotcha, bitch.
You like $70? And then they want a tip. You want to put the 20% or the 15 or the 25%. Like I ordered 2 burgers and a fries and a drink. How we at $70 from a food truck? They got apple dapples, water and shit. Yo, bruh, you didn't spend $150 at free music night in the park. Right? She ain't nothing free out here no more. Ain't no free lunches. Yep. Lobster po' boys. Yep. We got these po' boys with lobster on it. Oh, that sounds good. $59. Like, where would this be $59 at? This wouldn't even be $59 in the restaurant. All right. But it's $59 on the food truck. Sheesh. Y'all better wake up, man. This game gonna pass you by. The Alchemist 2 says, I pulled a girl one time by simply ignoring her coach, and there was other men around giving her all kind of attention, but she wanted me. They're so backwards. Great show, by the way, for real. They're interesting people, man. And you figure them out. All right, giving them attention is kind of not what you want to do sometimes. All right, did I get Justin? I got him pause. Appreciate you. We're going to wrap this up. I done stayed up tonight. I'm having fun. All right. I'm having fun with you guys. So I hope you guys understand that I'm really trying to just give y'all the understanding of what's going on out here. The world has changed. All right. The world has changed. It's not the same world anymore. We got a brother here. God dang. It is our brother. Wait a minute. Did I skip him? I did. Give me a second here. It's Grizzly Adams. I'm sorry, brother. He's probably waiting on this. So this is the brother that said he finalized his divorce and he got $44K a month. So I need to acknowledge him. So bear with me. Listen up.
Acknowledge me.
All right, listen up.
I'm rich, bitch. I'm rich, bitch. I'm rich, bitch. I'm rich, bitch.
Shout out to you. He got that alimony check.
I'm rich, bitch.
Shout out to Grizzly Adams with the 5-time sponsorship. Shit. Let's go. Did you make a mistake? Did you make a mistake? You go like, I made a mistake. He feeling good. 23 years of marriage. He's got a divorce finalized today. He got 6 figures in earnings. He got her paying $4K a month in child support for 10 years. My man winning. City boys, let's go.
City boy, city boy.
Let's go. Hey, this is how we... Shout out to you. I'm sorry I missed that. I missed that, brother. Shout out to Grizzly. He's been a long-time supporter, too. So I appreciate that, man. Good job for you. And that was great, man. That was a great way to end the show because I missed it, but I actually had to sign into another app and see it. I was like, oh, no. Somebody dropped his wallet. My man winning. And he's a free agent lifestyle right now for life. We eating good. Shout out to you, brothers. And we'll be back tomorrow. Peace.